This podcast is part of the Podcast Arcade Network.
Thank you for listening to the Covert Nerd Podcast. I really appreciate the time that you give me. Before we get into the episode, if you can think of somebody that would like this topic that you're about to listen to, please pause the podcast and share it with them. You can also go to covertnerd.net and look at previous episodes and different ways that you can get in touch with me. Let me know what you think. Without further ado, let's dive right in and nerd it up. All right, everybody, we've got a fun event time. We're going to be watching Lord of the Rings in honor of, 21 years ago, Lord of the Rings was released, but more of an anticipation of the Amazon series. So Ruth and I are going to watch Lord of the Rings together, and this is something, when you watch Lord of the Rings, you can play this podcast later while you're watching it and have some fun interactive stories and just from a fan's point of view.
So, yeah, it's just like what is it called? Oh, the commentary. We can just be
commentary.
Like
yes, alternate. Yeah. This is alternate commentary.
Alternate commentary.
Yes. That's why this is a fun movie to watch together. I know when we did Cobra Kai, that was one thing that you mentioned. So I'll put the link to the Cobra Kai episode where the idea of watching Lord of the Rings series together. And we only watched the extended edition.
Absolutely.
So I don't think there is a theatrical that I know of. I've never watched it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It doesn't exist in our universe. So
yeah, no, there was a very long time where I just didn't feel that the theatrical version existed. I didn't acknowledge that it existed. I was like, there's no such thing as that. And then I watched it and I was like, okay, it's not really that bad. I feel like it's a good introduction for someone who's never watched it because it's a lot less lore.
It is. But having the extra stuff just makes it even better. But
yeah.
So without further ado, we'll get the movie started and we'll give you the countdown so that when you're listening to this at the same time you're watching the movie, you can be in sync with us and the movie. So what I'll do is I'll say 3, 2, 1, play, and that's when you hit play on your DVD player, Blu-ray, or streaming service, whatever you're watching it on. So when I'll say 3, 2, 1, and then hit play. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right. So you should see the New Line Cinema logo starting. Now, I don't remember, Ruth, but when did you first watch Lord of the Rings or Fellowship of the Rings?
That's a good question. I was definitely probably, the first memory I have of it is when I was probably like 2 or 3, and I was sitting in your and Mom's bedroom, like at the end of the bed, seeing, like all the orcs kill each other, and I'm like, wow, this is so
What's
cool.
Going on?
and then I remember my brother was like, she's way too young to be watching this. She's only like 2 years old. Why is she watching this? But I was like, oh my gosh, whoa, it's so cool.
It's awesome. You're so young.
Yeah, because I was only 1 year old when this movie came out.
You were. Here we hear Galadriel doing the commentary, kind of setting up the whole story in the movie.
Yeah. When did you first watch this movie? Did you watch
it
when
it came out?
Right when it came out?
Oh yeah, I think I went to the theater and watched it because
nice.
I was late to the game. I didn't start reading the books until I was much older. I think it was 1996 or 97 before I read them. So it was, I think if I remember correctly, they were going to have somebody else do the commentary here. It wasn't going to be Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, it was. So originally it was Elijah Wood, and then it was Gandalf, and then they finally settled on Galadriel.
I think good choice.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a good choice. I think having Frodo narrate this part would be weird.
Yeah. Galadriel was a better, more not omniscient, but just a better voice. She had a better voice.
I guess like an eerie voice.
Yes, she is. She is Elrond's mother-in-law.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, Elrond married her daughter.
Oh, yeah, because isn't like Galadriel and Arwen related somehow?
Well, yeah, because Galadriel would be Arwen's grandmother.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. So this is a good setup, and this is what the Amazon series is going to be loosely based on, this time frame, the Second Age.
Okay, because it takes place before the Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes, so they're going to talk about the forging of the rings, how he corrupted the kings of Numenor, Aragorn's ancestors, Isildur, who we see in here, and Elendil, his father, who gets killed by Sauron. It'll be interesting to see how they do this, how they do it on the series, Amazon series. But I think great idea. Gil-galad, there's Gil-galad. That's one of the prominent elves in the Second Age that they'll probably have in the series. Then there's Elendil, Isildur's father. He was the one that told the kings of Numenor that, hey, this Sauron guy that's here, he's going to cause trouble.
Were they like, no?
Yeah, and everybody's like, no, he's a good guy. He's not going to do us.
He's a good guy, I promise.
He's like, no, he's not. Well, so a little bit of lore on him. He could change shape. He's a shapeshifter, and so he could make himself look innocent, look good. But then he lost that ability after he died when the island sunk, the island of Numenor.
Okay.
So Silmarillion has all this extra stuff. It's definitely a hard read.
Yeah. Probably have to read through that a
Lord
few
of the
times.
Rings. Yeah.
But Lord of the Rings is even a hard read for me.
Yeah, it is. It is. But the story of the Akalabeth is about 80 pages, and it explains pretty much all of this in much more detail. Don't do it, Isildur.
Don't do it. Oh, too late.
Oh, never mind. So Isildur was king of Gondor in the north. There was a North Kingdom and a South Kingdom. So in the movie, we primarily deal with Minas Tirith, which is the south.
Okay.
And so the brothers had to. So Isildur ruled the North Country, and his brother Arnor ruled the south. That's kind of how it was divided after Sauron was killed. So Isildur was heading back to the north, where Bree and all the Shire area, kind of that area was at. He was heading back there. That's when he got shot by the orcs and lost the ring. But his brother stayed in the south and was king there king and his sons were kings there. Precious. There is a version of Lord of the Rings read by Andy Serkis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that they released in the early 2000s. So if you want a good version of Lord of the Rings to listen to, you can get his version.
Look at that.
And he does the Gollum voice in the Gollum voice. I know Andy Serkis was so tired of doing that he was on somebody's talk show, and he told him before he went on, he said, "Don't make me do the Gollum voice. I'm so tired of doing it."
Oh my gosh.
Sure enough, as soon as the interview got started, hey, you need to do the Gollum voice. And so he said it in the Gollum voice. He said, "You told me you wouldn't ask us. You promised you wouldn't ask us."
Oh my gosh.
It's hilarious. I think it was Jimmy Fallon or somebody like that. But
yeah, that's great.
It's just like Wakanda Forever. Forgot his name that did Black Panther. Gosh, it's horrible. I can't remember his name. But anyway, he got so tired of doing the salute.
Yeah.
People asking him to do it over and over and over again.
Oh my gosh, look, Bilbo Baggins, just like how he looks in The Hobbit.
I know.
Looks exactly the same.
Identical. I think the actor that did Bilbo here, I don't know if they asked him to do it or he was hoping they would ask him to do it. I'm not sure, I guess. They are going to have hobbits in the Amazon series. I know that.
So they're gonna have,
Even
are the
though,
actors gonna have to go through the whole standing up for an hour to get their feet glued on?
ooh, what? What was this? Oh, to get the hair on their foot.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
yeah.
get their prosthetic feet glued on. They had to
Oh my
stand up for an
gosh.
hour because they couldn't sit down into it, otherwise it would look weird. So they had to stand up for an
Oh,
hour and have it get glued on. And then they had to have
really?
like, they used like lace front like stuff for the hair on the feet too. And
Oh, wow.
yeah. And then they also had to get their ears put on too. So I think they said it was like 2 hours every single day.
And
To
you thought
get
getting prepped
prosthetic.
for dance was hard.
I know, right?
An hour of just standing and
Mhm.
then standing some more.
And then they said it was at like 5 a.m. each morning. So just like standing
Oh,
for like an hour at 5 a.m.
oh my gosh. And then you got to act all day long.
Mhm.
I thought he was a good Bilbo. I think he was just as good as the guy that did the Hobbit movies.
Oh yeah, no, I like this Bilbo.
And I don't know how they did all of this, all these. I don't know if they got kids or just really short people or forced perspective. I know in some scenes they did forced perspective where
Yeah.
the shorter guy, the one that's supposed to be shorter, is back further than the one that's taller.
Yeah. They
But
did
in
a
some of
lot
these
of forced
scenes,
perspective. They did a lot
they
of
did.
kids. They did a lot of making set items really big so then normal sized actors looked small.
But like some of them where they're right next to animals, it's like, well, how did you do some of that?
Yeah. I'm sure they
Had
just got
really,
short. They might have gotten shorter people for those.
that's true. Had kids or just short people do those.
Yeah.
But they did a good job making the hobbits kind of just really happy people that just didn't care
Mhm.
about anything.
Just sit around and smoke and
Yeah,
garden
tend to their
and
gardens, very tranquil people. And if you noticed in the Hobbits or the Hobbit movie, Tolkien basically surmised that the hobbits, especially Bilbo, were leprechauns in myth,
Oh.
because you remember that he talks about in I can't remember if it's Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit that the leprechaun myth came from Bilbo because he had gold. He was really short and he was hard to find. They were
Oh.
hard to find, and so
Uh-huh.
the rainbow and the gold at the end of the rainbow was actually from Bilbo's story
Hmm.
of bringing all the gold back from the Hobbit book.
That's cool.
Yeah, so he tied it into that mythology was leprechauns came from the
Mhm.
hobbits.
I know a lot of people
And
thought that
go ahead.
the whole series was made about like Germany and like the World War
Oh yeah,
of because of all that stuff.
I've heard that, but he discounts a lot of that in some of his
Mhm.
writings. He's like, no, I mean, he admits that the war, because he grew up during World War I, World War II, obviously had
Mhm.
some influence, but it was not a metaphor.
No.
But he said obviously it had some influence on it
Well,
because
yeah,
he was
he lived
writing it
through.
during the war.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he lived through both, didn't he?
Yes, he was very young
Yeah.
during World War I, but I think he was born in 1892, I believe, and
Mhm.
so and he died. So he died. Get this, he died in 1973.
Mhm.
So 1 ring to rule them all, 9 rings for mortal men, 7 for the dwarves, and 3 for the elf lords.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I
He
know.
planned that. He must have planned
Yes.
that.
How ironic.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Somebody pointed that out. I was like, "Ooh, that's." I mean,
That's
obviously
cool.
that's just ironic or just happened
Yeah,
to happen
no
that way, but still,
coincidence,
it's
but
funny.
it's funny.
And what about Ian McKellen as Gandalf? Any comments about how he did, or good casting?
Yeah, that automatically just makes me think of how in Harry Potter when they recasted Dumbledore.
Oh
Because
yeah.
the problem with Dumbledore when they recasted him is that I'm pretty sure he never read the books. So
Oh.
he took it like a completely different direction than who like Dumbledore was. And so how he played Dumbledore was a lot more aggressive in the movies than he was in the books. But
Okay. So his
um
mannerisms and stuff
yeah,
just
because
didn't
you know
fit.
like the iconic Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Is because in the book it goes, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Again, Dumbledore asks calmly. But then, like in the movie,
Oh.
he's like, "Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?" and like yelling at him and like pushing him over.
Oh. Okay. See, I haven't read the book, so I wouldn't have caught that.
Yeah, but no, I think everyone they casted in this movie was perfect for the role. But I think it was
Oh
also
yeah.
because they were heavily involved. Like all the cast members were heavily involved in the forming of the characters and the forming of the script.
Well,
Because you
sure.
know, it's
And they
being
had a air quotes here script to look at. They could pull out the books. I know
yeah,
some reports that everybody had a copy of Lord of the Rings nearby that they could go back
yeah,
and reference to see.
yeah.
Like the
When
scene
like,
when Bilbo was looking for the ring, I think
mhm,
Peter Jackson captured that anxiety because they talk about it in the book
mhm,
that it was
mhm,
always on his mind, Bilbo's mind, all the time. So the casting, just and the feel of it,
mhm. Yeah.
Peter Jackson did
Well,
very well.
and the script is like changing every single day to like
Yeah,
fit the books or fit where they think the character should go.
where they should stand even.
Yeah. And I was watching the behind the scenes of making of the first movie, and everyone said that Peter Jackson was treating this movie as if this actually happened, like it was history, like they're
Yeah,
recreating a historical event. And that's probably
yep.
also why the world building in it is so well done, because it was treated as it actually happened and
Well,
these
yeah.
characters actually existed.
Well, Tolkien, like I said, he was tying in original
Mhm.
myth with this. So I can see why,
Mhm.
because he did. There was even a goblin called, I think it was in the Hobbit, called
Mhm.
Dean or something like that, and he lobbed his head off. Somebody from the Shire cut his head off and then hit it
Mhm.
with the sword, and it went
Mm.
into a hole. So he's tying in the game of golf came from cutting off a goblin's head,
Yeah.
and it landed in a hole, and his name happened to be started with GOL or GOLF, like golf,
Yeah.
like the game of golf. I guess. Well, I think you had it in your notes. What the Lord of the Rings is the second best-selling novel, sold over
Yeah.
150 million copies.
So it was kind of funny. I've compiled a list of stuff from like websites and watching behind the scenes stuff. But one of the first things they say in the behind the scenes is that it was like the second best selling novel in the 20th century. And you want to know what's the highest selling novel in the
Harry
20th
Potter.
century? No, the
Oh,
Bible.
the Bible. Oh, okay.
So can you imagine having a book that basically gets read as much as the Bible?
Bible. Yeah. So you're like, oh, people are like, oh man, I'm sorry you're in second place. Like, yeah, but the Bible is the only thing that beat me.
Literally,
Something.
and that's like a religious document that people use all
Yes.
the time.
And it's been around for 2,000 years. So I think
Uh,
has a little bit of an edge, and it's
yeah.
translated into multiple languages. Oh,
Mhm.
hey, in this scene where he hits his head right here,
Yeah.
boom, that was not planned.
Yeah, no, I read that too, that was not planned.
And so Peter Jackson decided to keep it in
Mhm.
because it just kind of helped the feel and the
Yeah.
scene, helped the scene out.
Yeah. 'Cause he was in the smaller Hobbiton.
Yeah. He was in a smaller house.
Mhm.
Can throw this. So Bilbo liked maps, and there is a map I'll show here, and I'll put it in the show notes later. But there's a much larger world that Tolkien, the part we're dealing with is just, Mordor and the Shire and Gondor.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this whole area up north and off to the east that was thrown into the ocean after a war with Sauron's master, Morgoth, that talks
Okay.
about these places. And remember the swords that they found in the Hobbit? They were from Gondolin. It's up here in the north. I don't know if you can see it, but it's clear up here in the north.
Okay.
And then there's Angband. That was the old fortress of Morgoth, Sauron's master. And that's where the Balrogs came from later, that we'll see.
Oh.
So,
was there like multiple Balrogs?
yes, there was at least 12 that they know of for sure. And one of the Balrogs killed some of the old elf lords from the past, some of Legolas's family and Elrond's family. So, but we could talk about them later. But yeah, there's a whole area clear north, and then we talk about the west. So there's this west over here on the left side of the screen where the trees of Valar were, and that's where the elves came across back to Middle Earth to take on Morgoth and Sauron long time ago. So yeah, there's this whole it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, he did a lot of world building that.
Oh yeah, a lot of world building.
It's just crazy. It was really funny when I was reviewing, like facts for this movie. And I would run across facts that like I just knew. I felt like everyone knew this information. And I'm like, oh, I guess like some people don't know that because some people didn't grow up just watching. Because I used to watch these movies and then the behind the scenes all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember I would always steal your DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be so mad at me because I'm stealing his DVDs. But like, I just really like these movies, so I would just like
as long as
steal
they don't
them.
get scratched.
Yeah, I would steal them, and then I would take like the mini little DVD player we had, and I would watch them in my room.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there's worse things to steal and watch.
Honestly.
So yeah.
Yeah, you were probably
you're such a nerd. You're such a nerd. I stole my dad's. Lord of the Rings DVDs.
Because I remember one time you came into my room and I like hid something because I didn't want you to know that I had them, and then you like uncovered it, and I was like, oh my gosh, he found that I stole the DVDs.
So much trouble.
So much trouble.
I think in real life, that's not Sean Astin's wife, or is it? His daughter's in here. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember
Rosie? Is that who you're talking
Rosie, yeah. I don't think Rosie's his
that's
wife.
Not.
But one of these kids here is one of his in front here.
Yeah, and I think also Peter Jackson's kid is in there too.
Yes. And I think it's later, one of J.R.R. Tolkien's great grandsons is here. I think it might have been Two Towers he was in it.
Yeah.
He's kind of in the background handing some weapons out to the people of Rohan, the men of Rohan. Yeah, I like how everybody in the Shire just thinks he's some old guy that shoots off fireworks. They don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
His background. He's actually if you go to, there's a website called the Tolkien Gateway. And it has everything that you could ever want to know about Lord of the Rings and all of the characters from all the books and all the ancillary stuff. But Gandalf, the hobbits think he's just some, shooting off fireworks old guy that shows up a couple times a year and causes trouble. But he's actually one of the Mire, which is the same species as Sauron.
Mhm.
He's one of the Astari, the wizards that were sent by basically the gods from the west. So there were 5 wizards. There were, let's see, there was Gandalf, Sauron the white, or Saruman the white, Radagast the brown, and then 2 blue wizards that were sent over from the west to help keep Sauron in check, because they knew Sauron was going to come back eventually, and they wanted to have somebody there to help the people prepare to fight against him.
I like how it's like different colors, like white, gray, brown, and then just 2 blue.
Yeah, 2 blue wizards.
They just gave up by the time we got to that one.
Yeah. So we know the 3, but the 2 blue wizards, they theorize, went east, but never, either they got killed or died, or they just kind of integrated with the people there and either didn't do their job or they did do their job, and we just don't know about it. Kind of see some of the effects there, but I like how Lord of the Rings is pretty much all natural effects. I mean, there's some CGI, but it's not a lot.
But I feel like that's why it ages so well, because there's so many practical effects.
Yes.
So it doesn't, like, even Gollum looks still good today, which is crazy, because this movie was made almost 21 years ago.
Yeah. The 111th birthday. Now, can you say his little thing here coming up? I love half of you as much as you should.
I don't know. I can't get that one.
That was pretty good. That's funny.
Yeah. That confused me so much as a child. I was like,
oh, it still does.
Yeah, no, it still confuses me now.
Yes. 71 years. And then Frodo was 33. Which adds up to 144, which is a gross. There you go. I like less than half of you, half as well you deserve. Everybody's like, what are you talking about? There's Elijah.
And his blue eyes.
These blue eyes. Yeah, I'm just gonna. But yeah, all of the wizards have their own names in the original language when they were Maya spirits, because they're spirits sent. That's why when Gandalf died, spoilers, Gandalf dies.
To a really old movie.
Back.
Yeah.
Because they're spirits called Meyer spirits, I think is what he calls them. And that's what Sauron is. That's what Balrogs are. So he kind of has there's this whole hierarchy that he uses. So you have what's called the Valar, which are the gods. So this would be similar to the Norse gods, like the god of thunder, Thor, or the Greek gods, where you have, or the Roman gods, Jupiter or Zeus in the Greek side. He has this whole hierarchy. So the Valar are like the king gods, and then there's these sub gods or demigods, for lack of a better word, and that's what Gandalf is. He's one of the demigods. And Sauron was a demigod, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes way more sense when you explain them like that.
They're more than men, but less than gods, so they're kind of in between. And Elrond's, let's see, it'd be Elrond's grandmother or great grandmother was a Meyer spirit as well. All right, should we? The Silmarillion.
I know, that overwhelms me.
It is overwhelming.
Yeah. Should we do our first trivia fact?
Yes, go ahead. Yes, question? Anytime.
Okay.
Yes.
So what were the first words of Frodo Baggins in the whole movie?
Ooh, it's probably when he was on the wagon with Gandalf, right?
Close.
But Oh, about being late, was it? About being
Yeah,
late?
it's you're
Yes.
late.
You're late. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. On what finger was Saruman wearing the ring?
Ooh, good question. It was on his left hand, right? Left hand. But
I
it's
think
on
so.
his middle finger,
It's on
right?
index finger.
Index. Oh, was it on his left or right hand though?
Uh,
You know?
it doesn't say.
Can't.
And most characters in the movie wear the ring on their index finger. In fact, I can't think of a case where the ring is worn on a different finger.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because Bill or Frodo wears it on
Yeah,
his
Frodo
index
always
too.
wears
Yeah.
it because that's the finger he loses.
Yes. Don't spoil it.
Sorry.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, I never thought of that. He does wear it on his index finger, and
Yeah.
so does Isildur when he puts it on.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, we'll
Cool.
we'll do one more and then
All right.
who was the first hobbit to appear in this movie?
And it would have been Gollum. Technically, he was a hobbit. Would that count? Official hobbit would have
Mm,
been Bilbo, right?
it would have been Bilbo, but I'm trying to think if Gollum because he doesn't appear on screen. Gollum doesn't, right?
Well, no. Remember at the beginning when Kate Blanchett's explaining where the ring went, and it shows him
True.
in the cave. But I think Bilbo
So
shows up before he does, though.
yeah. So
I think.
Bilbo kind of Gollum.
Yeah. I think you might be right. Bilbo might have showed up first.
Yeah,
Now
because it says
go back and start
Bilbo.
over. Start over.
Yeah, start over. I need to find it.
Okay, so this scene where he drops the ring and to
Hmm.
keep it from bouncing, they put a magnet under the floor to hold it down so it wouldn't
I
bounce.
think I remember learning about that. Because I always remember being like, do rings actually work like that? Because it was just like heavy.
They wanted it to symbolize the weight of the burden of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So one of Sauron's original names was Myron, Mairon,
Mm.
and he was corrupted by Melkor, which they don't talk about here, but they talk about it in the Hobbit movies.
Mm.
But they do refer to the void, and when we get to that part, then I'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
The ring. Yeah, they did a good job on this,
Mm-hmm.
alluding to the fact that that is the ring. The eye,
Oh yeah.
always
Apparently,
watching.
apparently they decided on the design of the ring. So they did. So Peter Jackson did like a lot of like screen testing and
Oh,
all that
okay.
stuff. He did like he did like sketches. He had like voice actors like go through the scenes. He used
Mm.
some new digital like system that the people from Star Wars were also using at the same time to like do his action scenes.
Oh, CGI
And
stuff? CGI
yeah,
work? Okay.
and they also did like run throughs of like all the production crew just like running through the shots. And how they decided on the design of the ring is one of the crew members. I think it was the co-producer, co-director, not sure which one, took off
Okay.
his wedding ring, and then they used that during the scene. And they're like, I kind of like this design. We
Yes.
should make it look like that.
I know it's not fancy. They just
Mm-mm.
keep it real simple because that's how you would hide it,
Yeah.
by making it look simple, nothing too extravagant. Because they show the other rings,
Mhm.
Galadriel shows hers, and
It was all
it's
fancy.
all fancy and stuff. But the one ring is just plain.
Mhm.
That's a good. How many things though? Like I was talking about earlier about Ian McKellen running into the rafter. I mean, it's just a total accident. So the
Oh
ring
yeah.
that they made, total accident. Now, I'm not watching the 4K version, but I wonder if the 4K version you can see a lot more of the details on on the actors and the costumes and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've watched the Blu-ray version, but not the 4K version.
4K.
Mm-mm.
Now this scene where they're flying over Barad-dûr, I'm sure that's all CGI'd for the most part.
I
I
know
don't know.
they
It could be a
built.
miniature.
Yeah, I was
Could
gonna
be a
say. I know they
miniature.
built a lot of miniatures for like
That's what I was saying.
sets
This
and
might be a
stuff,
miniature, actually.
which still kind of blows my mind how that works.
Oh
Like how
yeah.
they make miniatures and then they like pan. I don't know. That blows my mind. Movies
How they
movies
would
are
even
crazy.
do that.
Yeah.
Well, there's Minas Tirith. There's actually a Minas Tirith in the far north in the map that I showed you,
Mhm.
way back during the First Age. So there's 2
Oh.
Minas Tiriths. Obviously, we're not dealing with this one.
Yeah. I remember the first time I learned that Gandalf was gone. Wasn't he gone for like a few years before he visited
Yes.
Frodo again?
I think it was 17 years from the
Yeah.
birthday until he shows up again and
Mhm.
tell. Well, he actually never showed up in the book, but to
Mhm.
tell anyway, didn't get back to him for 17 years. I think it was.
Yeah. Because in the movie it seems like it's like maybe a few months later.
Yeah, it's like no, it was years,
Yeah.
years and years and years.
Now, Dad, what finger is that?
The index finger. It only can be worn on the index finger.
That's the only finger it can be worn on.
It's the only one it works on. You try to put it on any other finger, it won't work.
It's just like a normal ring if you put it on any
Yeah.
other finger.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to get that Elvish tattooed on me somewhere.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
You don't want to use the Mordor language, though. You cannot speak it here.
true. But it looks so cool.
You know, because there's some major Tolkien nerds who'd be like, oh, that's in the Mordor language, not
Yeah,
Elvish.
not Elvish.
They would know the difference. So, how do you like the Nazgul here versus the Hobbit movie?
I mean, I feel like in this movie they're a lot more intimidating. I don't know. They just
Yeah.
seem so scary in this movie because like they don't have a face. They screech super loudly. That
Yes.
they never talk. I don't know. I think they did a good job of
It's
just making this like because you're more scared of something when you don't see a face and it doesn't talk. It's not very human like. That's when you get
yes.
more scared of stuff.
You're more
When it,
scared of it when you don't see it than when you
yeah,
do.
when you
It's
don't
just
see it.
you think it's there.
Yeah, which is why I hate any like animatronic or any like person in like a animal suit where you can't see their face. I hate that
Mhm.
because I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable because I'm like I know
Yes.
that's not their real face.
You've probably never seen it, but the original Alien movie, the alien's only on screen for 13 minutes, but it's almost a
Oh
2-hour
yeah.
movie. So it's just the thought that it's
Yeah,
there
that's
makes it
scary.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in the books, Lord of the Ring books, Sauron never appears.
Mhm.
I take that back. Only one time when Pippin looks into the Palantir, but
Oh yeah,
otherwise
yeah.
he's never present ever. It's just they always talk about the Dark Lord in the East, and it's just
Mhm.
that reference. The round door. Are you going to get a round door in your house? That'd be awesome.
That would be amazing. Although I don't feel like that would be hard to like actually make it a practical door because like
Yeah,
how would it like seal up?
I don't know, but that's
But
a good
painting it
idea.
green and making it look like the door, I
You
would
could
be
do.
down to do. Yeah.
You can put a G rune on the outside because
Oh
Gandalf
yeah. Oh my
scratched the
gosh.
G onto the door. But yeah, I think you should get the the inscription, the Mordor inscription on someplace.
Yeah, I just don't know
Tattoo.
where. I also want to get Aragorn's sword, like the
Oh
when
yeah,
it's broken. I think that'd be really cool to get on like my forearm.
Narsil.
Mhm. Because I
Oh,
only got one Lord of the Rings tattoo now, and it's not really that Lord of the Rings. So I want one that's like, yeah, that's Lord of the Rings, obviously.
it's completely completely
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
Mordor.
Ugh, I love this movie so
Nice.
much.
I know.
I'm just watching it. I'm like, ugh.
So when Sauron made the rings, he came to the elves under the guise of Anatar, and he
Mhm.
deceived the elves. You remember the door to Moria that they were trying to get into
Yeah.
in the movie?
Mhm.
Well, that door is near a place called Eregion, where the elves lived next to the dwarves because they liked Mithril, so they were trading with Mithril.
Mhm.
So Sauron came as Anatar. He deceived the elves of Rhegion, saying that the lords of the west sent him to the elves to help them with smithing. Help them to make stuff
Mhm.
and trick them into making the rings. And
Oh.
Celebrimbor was the maker of the other rings, the 7 rings, 9, and the 3.
Okay, wait. So did the elves make all the other rings, and then Sauron
Yes.
just made the one ring?
Well, he made all the rings. Celebrimbor
Mhm.
made all the rings except
Mhm.
Sauron did not touch the 3 rings of the elves. So
Okay.
he didn't have any influence over them
Oh. Okay. So that's why
of
he
the
has
3
so much
rings at all.
influence over the 9
The 9
rings.
especially. The dwarves, the 7 rings that he gave to the dwarves didn't affect their greed. It's supposed to affect their greediness,
Mm.
and so it did affect them in some ways, but it had very little control over him.
Mhm.
But the men are weak, as Elrond
Yeah.
says.
See, like
But
that scene, so crazy when like Frodo's walking in and then Gandalf is like taller than him.
yeah,
That's
dramatically
weird.
taller. I don't know. Again, they
Yeah.
must have had to do the
I
special
think
effects.
I think what they did, because I've just watched a lot of behind the scenes stuff on this movie, is that Frodo's in like a sound stage,
Okay.
and then he's shot separately from Gandalf. So they're not actually in the scene together. They're shot separately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Which that
then
makes sense how they can get the forced perspective
yeah,
of him looking taller.
yeah.
So you'd have to act like there's nobody there because
Yeah.
nobody is there.
Yeah, that would be hard because I think it was probably just like someone reading off the other's
But,
lines and then
yep,
they had to like still act without that person there.
had to respond to it.
Mhm.
There's lots of things online that people do. Is Men of the West is a YouTuber that
Mhm.
does lots of deep dives into all these characters, and one of them was, what if Gandalf would have taken the ring? And so he goes through this whole
Oh.
theory about what would have happened,
Uh-huh.
all that stuff.
That sounds
Same
interesting.
thing. Yeah. So check it out, Men of the West.
Man of the
They're short
West.
videos. They're usually
I'll write it down.
17 to 20 minutes.
See,
He
I
does.
always watch I always watch videos like that, like video essays while I'm working out.
There you go.
Cuz I'm like, "Ooh,
Hey,
interesting facts about movies and TV shows while I'm working
while you're
out."
working out. Hey, you gotta have something.
Yeah, cuz I
You can
definitely
only
can't
listen to
just listen to
80s music
music.
for so long, right?
Yeah, exactly. When I'm dying on the elliptical, I need some visual and sound aids.
Audio.
Yeah, and some audio.
So yeah, he deep dives. He does what if Saruman would not have gone evil. He deep
Mm.
dives into Melkor. Yeah, so okay, this scene where they're standing,
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that was forced perspective, where Elijah Wood is
Yeah,
actually
it's like
about
really
10
close.
to 15 feet back,
Yeah.
and Ian McKellen is close to the camera.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This scene, I'm guessing you've watched the bloopers of the movies.
No, I haven't, or at least
You
no.
haven't? Oh my gosh, I've watched it so many times.
Tell me
It's
one of
so
them.
funny. Sean Astin, so he gets like whipped over on the table, and then he goes, "I ain't no, I wasn't dropping no E, sir. I just wanted a close up because like Frodo and Gandalf and Bilbo have all had a close up so far, and I just wanted a close up." And then Ian McKellen like comes into the camera and like pushes Sean Astin off, and he's like, "No, no, 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 no. It's my close up time."
Oh, funny.
I
So
would
they're just
suggest
having,
watching it. It's really
okay.
funny.
That's awesome. I mean, they must have had a lot of fun on set. You can tell.
Oh
Oh, you can tell
yeah.
this scene. Those are kids in the background
Mhm.
that are playing the hobbits. Yeah, good. Do you have any other trivia questions for us, Ruth?
Well, I have a fact about the Shire.
Yeah, let's do it.
So when they originally found the location, they, like planted all the plants, built all the set, whatever, and then they just had to leave it alone for a year.
Oh, just let it
So
grow, huh?
then to let it grow, so then it looked really natural
Oh, okay.
for
And they shot
that
it all in New
scene.
Zealand.
Yeah, they
I
shot it
remember
all in
that.
New Zealand. Okay, let me pull up a fact. Let me see. Trying to find
Interesting.
facts that go with where we are in the movie.
So they had to just let it grow so that it looked natural.
Which
Interesting.
I thought was very interesting. Have you seen? There's a video on YouTube, like a
Okay.
compilation of this part, and it's 10 hours long,
Oh
and
my
it's just
gosh.
it's just this scene where where Sam is going. If I take another step, this is the farthest away from home I've ever been, and then he takes the step, and then the scene starts over again, and it's just that for 10 hours.
Over and over and
It's
over again.
amazing.
That's awesome. Somebody's had a lot of fun with that, evidently.
uh, okay,
Just saying it over and over again.
over and
Who would have
over.
thought?
Okay, who was the first elf to appear in this movie?
Wasn't Elrond. It had to be when they were showing the three rings, so probably Galadriel.
Mhm. Good job.
Yep. Then can you name the other two in the background?
No.
Círdan the shipwright and Gilgalad.
See, that's why you're here. You're here with all the fancy the lore, and I'm just like,
Obscure facts.
yeah. And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, they did this when they were filming."
That's what makes it good. You get a little bit
Exactly.
of the
Got a
behind the
good
scenes
mix.
of the movie, but then you get all the obscure lore
Yeah.
that Tolkien built. Yes.
Okay.
Well, so
So
the elves are going west.
the sign posted on the gate of to Bilbo's house in the Shire reads no admittance except on blank business. What's the word?
Birthday business,
Close.
party
What's the
business.
party business?
Yes. Okay. Yes, because with the who are the relatives are trying to get his gold and his wealth. I can't remember their
The
names.
Sac
The
the
Sackville
Saxons
Bagginses. Sackville
Saxville
Bagginses.
Bagginses, yeah.
Yes, which was I think Bilbo's mother's side. I think the Sackvilles. I think were his
Mhm.
mother's side. Yes, because they were always trying to Abelia or Bedelia. I can't remember her name.
Mhm.
Always wanted his house.
Which I think in the book they got that house, didn't they?
They did, yeah, but it wasn't her. I think it was one of their kids,
Okay.
or maybe it was the husband got it. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think they did. He left it to him when
Mhm.
Frodo left and pretended like he was leaving. Oh, here we go. Love what's his
It's pretty.
what's his name that plays
Christopher
Saruman?
Lee.
Christopher Lee. Yes, The only one on the cast that has actually met
I
J.R.R.
know.
Tolkien.
And I actually do have a little list of facts about Christopher
Yes.
Lee.
Let's
Let
do some
me
Christopher Lee facts.
let me find that in my list. Okay, extra Christopher Lee facts. So Christopher Lee, I think a lot of people know this, wanted to be casted as Gandalf.
Oh.
Which I don't know. I feel like his face is like too like evil looking. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like he does well at
He's
characters.
good at
So
Saruman. Yeah, I agree. I
yeah,
think I was better casting.
yeah. Christopher Lee helped the makeup department to make sure everything looked right because this man read the book every single year since it came out until
Yep.
he died. So you could say he kind of
2015.
knew things.
Yeah.
Um, Christopher Lee corrected people on set when they made minor mistakes. I could see that from him.
Oh, yeah. I get the impression he was maybe not the easiest to work with.
Yeah.
He's probably a little picky.
Oh yeah. No, he definitely seems that way.
Well, he's a veteran actor. I mean, he'd been in
Yeah.
hundreds of movies back
Mhm.
in the 50s and 40s. And his voice just fits kind of that evil
Mhm.
sound. He's the Willy Wonka's father.
He is Willy Wonka's father. I remember when I realized that for the first time as a child, I was like, "Oh, that's weird.
Saruman is your father? What?
Why is Saruman your father?"
Oh, the Palantirs, yes. So Celebrimbor, who made the rings, was the grandson of the elf who made the Palantirs, the Seeing
Mm.
Stones. About to have a wizard throwdown.
A wizard throwdown. They about to
Yes.
fight.
Yeah. Kind of like the wizards in Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
Who would win, Gandalf or Dumbledore? Ooh.
I feel like Gandalf. I don't know. He seems like Dumbledore's cool and all, but you know, Gandalf is Gandalf. He's basically
Gandalf
like
is.
kind of a demigod. So
Yeah, exactly. Gandalf's technically not human.
yeah.
Who will win? So Saruman was the White Wizard. He was in charge of the Wizard Order. He was the leader.
Mhm. Oh, wizard throwdown.
Yes, wizard magic. Isengard. That was built by the relatives. Well, it was built by Isildur
Mhm.
and his father and a lot of the Numenorians that came over the sea.
Mm.
Because remember, they talk about the Numenorians here later when they meet Aragorn. That was a race of men that were
Oh.
given extended life after the war with Morgoth, Sauron's
Mhm.
master.
Yeah.
So that's why Aragorn can live so long. His race of men were given extended life,
Okay.
and they built Isengard, but they abandoned it, and then Saruman moved in. So you got squatters' rights technically.
They're in a cornfield. It's just like the Midwest.
Yeah, it's like being in
I feel so at
Nebraska.
home.
uh, you're probably one of the few people that can say I've walked through a cornfield.
Yes, many a time.
I know what it's like. It's not all happy and fun like it looks like here.
No,
It
no, it's
scratches
much
in your
more.
face.
Yeah, it's much more itchy, a lot less open.
Yes. Yes. 'Cause those leaves on corn are very sharp
They
if you're
are.
not careful. There we have the cousins coming. One of the things Saruman was trying to do was mimic Sauron by having the
Mhm.
tower. So you had the two
Mhm.
towers, obviously, where the next book came from. I like how he portrays the hobbits as, again, kind of mischievous but fun-loving and just
Yeah, a little bit uplifting compared to
uplifting. Yeah,
basically
compared to
every
some
other
character.
character species in this world.
Any fun facts on Merry and Pippin's characters?
Hmm.
I forgot their names now. It's so sad. I should pull those up on IMDb.
Well, I have
Carrots.
Merry and Pippin mentioned taking all the following from Farmer Maggot's crops except which.
Ooh.
That I feel like that one's a
What?
hard one.
Everything but? So they're asking
Everything
which ones
but
they didn't take?
yeah.
They
So
took the mushrooms, I know.
yeah.
That
So
was the big one.
mushroom,
Carrots,
carrots. Yep.
potatoes,
Yeah.
cabbage,
Yeah. That's
corn.
all of them. I think. I think you got all of them.
Did I get all
That's
of
all
them?
the ones.
Okay.
That's all the ones they talked about. The only one they didn't take was squash.
Oh, okay. I just remember they handed it all to Sam. And so I kind
Yeah.
of remembered, I was like thinking back, okay, what did they all hand him?
Yeah.
And it was cabbage and carrots and potatoes. Let's see. I'm trying to find who played Merry and Pippin. Oh, Billy Boyd. There we go.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was Pippin. And oh gosh, what is his name as Meriadoc? Huh. I'll have to find it. Yeah, I think they made the ring race much more ominous here than in the Hobbit movie.
Especially the first appearance, because you're like they're
Yeah.
hiding. There's all these gross bugs.
Yes.
Scary horse.
Oh, Dominic Monaghan was Merry. Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan. Yeah, and he gets the smelling, the sniffing. Yep. That was good. Just a good little tiny addition. Huh.
Yeah.
They had somebody do the voiceovers. Yeah.
The scream is terrifying.
Had somebody do the voiceovers for The Ring. You know when The Ring's talking?
Uh-huh. Wait,
they had somebody, Alan Howard did the voice of The Ring. That's funny.
Huh.
In IMDb, they have him listed as the voice of The Ring. Born in England in 1937. Huh.
Ooh, okay. I have another question.
Okay.
I feel like you're going to get this one. I feel like it's pretty easy. What fake name does Gandalf advise Frodo to use at the Prancing Pony?
Oh, Underhill.
Yeah, Mr. Underhill.
Yeah, Mr. Underhill. Yes. It works. He lives in a hill. He's under the hill. The Black Riders.
Buckleberry Ferry, follow me.
Oh, Buckleberry Ferry, yes.
Yeah. That was like the one line that I always knew.
Buckleberry Ferry.
Follow me.
Get to the Buckleberry Ferry. It's like what, the ring race can't swim?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably not. Not if they're carrying a sword, I guess.
Yeah, the horses probably don't want to swim.
No. Well, they talk about in the book that they get a lot of their horses from Rohan, but they, after a while, they refuse to sell them the horses. So the ring race were just stealing them, or the people from Mordor were stealing horses from them. But in years past, they were selling them, all the black horses, to them. So they had an embargo against Sauron.
Oh, okay.
Essentially, like, we refuse to sell you horses.
No more horses for you.
No more horses for you. You don't get a horse.
So during this scene, when they're running, Dom was running. You know, they're running as fast as they can.
Sure.
And he got a big splinter in his foot.
Oh, really?
He portrayed it as a big splinter. And apparently he was like, "Oh, it hurts so bad, when I put like pressure on my foot. Like this is gonna be so big." Like apparently he was like sweating and like everyone was thinking it was so serious. And then he
Yeah.
like gathers all the hobbits around. He's like, "You guys, you gotta watch me. Like when they take it out, it's gonna be really big." And then they take it out, and it's only like less than an inch long,
Little teeny tiny.
little teeny
Oh
tiny
man.
splinter.
They never let him live that down, probably.
Oh no, absolutely not. They're like,
I
"Yeah, no, we
wouldn't.
never let him live that down."
Yes. Yeah, I love the separate door for the short people.
I know. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Do you want to live next to hobbits? Evidently, people in the Shire have an Irish accent. Strange folk.
Strange folk.
Let's
I like
see.
how I look up cast of the Lord of the Rings, and then people from The Hobbit come up.
That's the ones that everybody wants.
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants to talk about. Strider. Let's see Strider
Oh,
here
wait, Peter
soon.
Jackson's coming.
Oh, that's right.
He's coming. He bites a carrot. Wait, did we miss him? Oh, shoot, I missed him. Man, dang
That's how
it.
much screen time Peter Jackson had.
I looked down for a
0.8
second.
seconds.
Missed him.
0.8 seconds. I was on screen, but you can say I was on screen.
Yeah,
For 1
because
second.
he's on screen in every one of his movies, but it's for like 2 seconds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in
That's something
the
he
Two
does.
Towers. Two Towers, he's a soldier.
Okay.
Return of the King, I don't know where he appears. I don't know. Maybe he's a soldier again. I can't remember.
That'd be easy to do because they need lots of extras when you're doing big battle scenes. I like how he forgot. It's like, how do you not remember? Forgot to give him his letter. Yeah.
Some of these questions are super easy.
Well, let's try one.
Like, I'll read you some easy ones.
Okay.
Where did the hobbits come from in Middle Earth?
The Shire.
Yeah, they're kind of like so easy that you're not sure if it's the right answer.
But I saw somebody on Twitter was watching Lord of the Rings for the first time, so.
True. I guess I've just watched it so many times. I'm like, they're so easy.
Yeah.
Like, what's the name of the creature that Gandalf fights in the Mines of Moria?
Balrog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But again, if you never watched the movies or read the books, you'd have no idea.
You would have a harder time with that.
Because I think he only mentions the Balrog by name once, right? We'll see here pretty soon, but
I think so.
he calls it the Balrog of Morgoth, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think it's only mentions it once, so I guess if you haven't watched it 20 times, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Wonder if those are really Elijah's hands.
I would believe so. He's got some rough looking hands.
Yeah, he's got some dirty fingernails.
Yeah.
But I guess if you work with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So the Strider or the Rangers of the North are the leftover Númenóreans from the North Kingdom. So Isildur and his people that lived there after the. So their whole kingdom lasted for about 1,000 years, but then one of the witch lords took down the capital and destroyed the kingdom.
Okay.
The Witch King of Angmar is it called. Okay, so this scene coming up here when the eye shows up, they talk about the void.
Yeah, because I remember I didn't even realize they were actually like saying stuff until I watched this movie with subtitles.
Yeah, subtitles. You have to watch it in subtitles. It's pretty cool. I love the scene.
Yeah.
When the eye shows up, Sauron. So calling to the witch or the ring wraiths.
The ring.
Yeah, you cannot hide. I see you. And then here he talks about there is no life in the void, only death.
Scary.
Okay. So the void, that is where it's kind of Tolkien's version of hell, or kind of a, I don't know if you'd call it maybe like a mid-tier. I think Catholics call it the kind of that midlife space between life and death.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Morgoth was defeated way back, he was imprisoned in the place called the Void. That's where he's imprisoned at.
Mm.
So that's why Sauron's referring to the Void. It's kind of this mythical place, like the Phantom Zone in Superman. It's kind of a prison.
Should we talk about the fact that who was originally cast for Aragorn? It was someone else. I don't know his name.
I don't know.
Let's look it up.
He almost didn't take it. I know that.
Yeah, it was his son that was like, "You should take it, Dad."
Because he came home and he's like, "Yeah, I auditioned for this movie based on the book called Lord of the Rings. It was Aragorn," and he didn't have any idea what it was.
Yeah.
And his son was like, "No, you have to do this."
Yeah. Well, and he
very
literally,
well casted.
Oh yeah, I think he said that he had like the afternoon to think about it because they were so behind on filming for Aragorn because
Because they were
they
getting ready to shoot, and so they had to
they
decide.
casted it not how they wanted it.
He had to give Peter Jackson the answer the next day, I think. But I think he picked up the phone and called Peter Jackson right away once his son told him what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Daniel Day-Lewis, Russell Crowe, Nicolas Cage. There you go.
Nicolas Cage. I don't want Nicolas Cage as Aragorn.
Stuart Townsend. Wasn't he the one in Twilight or something like that? No, I guess it was Queen of the Damned. Never mind. That was another vampire movie. But yeah, Nicolas Cage. Can you imagine Nicolas? I could see maybe Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe might be able to pull it off.
I could see Russell Crowe, but not Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Wow. Vigo does the best.
Mm-hmm. Because he was very into his role. He took his sword everywhere with him.
Oh yeah, that's right. And when he would only use real swords during the fight scenes and some other things that he did. I forgot what else. He wouldn't use the props. I know that was a big one. He's like, no, I want to use real swords.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the guy that trained him to do sword fighting said he was one of the best sword fighters that he'd ever trained.
Yeah. And his first day on set, he had to fight the ring wraiths and look like he was a master swordsman.
That was the first day.
That was the first shot first day he was on set. Yeah.
It was the sword scenes.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Stressful. Yeah, you just gotta look like a master swordsman, even though everyone else in the cast had like 2 months of training in whatever they needed to be trained in.
What did he say? Feel Fowler and
Feel Fowler. Well,
look Fowler or something.
Yeah, I forget. Like wouldn't look as fair or something like that.
Yeah, not so fair.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to find it. Oh yeah, getting ready to eat. I think didn't Vigo was throwing apples at him.
Yeah.
All the memes, the second breakfast memes.
So good.
Oh, here we go. I think one of the enemy spies would look fair and feel Fowler. Yeah.
Oh yes, there we go.
Yeah. So the scene where the apples, they had to do that take 16 times.
16
And it was
times.
Vigo was the one throwing apples at him.
Oh my
So he was
gosh.
just cracking up. He's throwing
I
apples
love
at him.
it.
They had to do the scene 16 times. So there's this book called the Tolkien Companion. You can get it on archive.org that has all the meaningless info that I'm throwing out. Gives like amazing details about, Galadriel being the mother-in-law of Elrond and all that fun stuff. So look it up if you want to. Or you can go to Tolkien Gateway. It's tolkiengateway.net. Yeah, tolkiengateway.net. If you want an
Oh
online
yeah.
version.
I just found the fact where Vigo was the one who was actually throwing the apple at
Yes.
Billy's head.
So this story he's singing about is Beren and Luthien,
Mm-hmm.
which would be distant relatives of Aragorn's. It'd be closer relatives of Elrond's. Yeah, Lady Luthien. But the comparison is Lady Luthien and Beren. So Beren was a man, a mortal, and Luthien was an elf queen. So you can see the comparisons of Aragorn and Arwen. And they had to decide if you're going to stay immortal as an elf or you're going to stay and become mortal like men. And he had to complete a task. So they don't show it in the movies, but a deal Elrond made with Aragorn, he said, once you become king, then you can marry my daughter. And Luthien, Beren, Luthien's father, said that you can have my wife as your, or you can have my daughter as your wife if you steal one of the Silmarils from Morgoth, which was a treasure from that Morgoth had. So it's kind of a similar deal. Yeah, tearing down all the trees and.
Oh, here it comes.
Here goes your moth.
My moth.
There's a moth in the movie, Ruth, but it wasn't in the book.
Oh, it wasn't in the book?
No.
Oh wow.
An eagle found him. One of the eagles saw him on the tower. But that's okay.
Well, a random fact that I found that apparently that moth was born shortly before filming and died shortly after filming.
Really?
Like filming.
How did they
that
track
scene.
it? How did they track it?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Okay.
But for those of you who don't know, I do have that moth tattooed on me, so
Yes.
it will live forever on my body.
Correct. I could tell your grandchildren. This is from a movie a long time ago. We had these things called DVDs. That's how you watched a movie. And it wasn't in holograms like you youngins have today.
Youngins.
We had to watch it on the screen. What's a screen?
What's a TV?
A TV? A DVD? Yeah, so these are the ruins of the North Kingdom. Be Isildur's, I forgot his son took over, obviously, when Isildur died or was killed.
Okay, are you ready to finish one of Strider's lines?
Yes.
In the Prancing Pony?
Okay.
Okay. Indeed, I can usually avoid being seen if I wish, but to disappear entirely, that is blank.
That is the whole thing entirely. Right?
Close. No. So he says, indeed, I can usually avoid being seen, but to disappear entirely, that is a rare gift.
Rare gift. Oh, okay. Nice. It's close.
Okay, what shape did Gandalf make with the smoke from his pipe?
A ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like how he blows out just a circle and then Gandalf blows out a whole ship.
A whole ship.
Yes. Always has to one up everybody. Yeah, so the entrance for the ring race, I mean, I like the ones in The Hobbit. That was kind of cool, but these look, I don't know, just more like the book, I guess.
Yeah, well, and this is the first time we're like ever seeing them, really.
Yeah,
Because The Hobbit, we've already seen them in the Lord of the Rings movies, but
sure.
this is like the first time we're actually seeing
Ever
them.
saw on screen.
Yeah, on screen. And also,
And
you
you
just
said this
realize
is,
how much bigger they are than the Hobbits.
yeah, you said this was the first scene that Vigo had to do, his first
Mhm.
day on the set,
Yeah,
the sword fight with the
there's a sword
ring
fight.
race. Yeah, I guess I never thought until now that, oh, they had to have somebody voice the voice of the ring.
Yeah, just like it's just been there. It's just the ring
Yeah,
talk.
I just never really. I always thought it was Sauron, but maybe they had a separate voice actor for Sauron. Probably. Let me look.
Mm,
Guess I can find out. They did, yes, yeah. So a separate voice actor for Sauron and a separate voice actor for the ring. Huh.
interesting.
Okay. I think that voice is Sauron, but I'm not. Well, it's the ring voice, I guess. But he's
Mm.
speaking in the Morgoth, or not Morgoth, the Mordor tongue. So this was his first day on set.
As you do.
Yeah, I always carry a torch and a sword to my first day. So yeah, the Numenorians were the kingdom of the Dunedain, which they reference here in the movie. But
Mhm.
so there was an island out in the middle of the ocean that was gifted to the men who helped defeat Morgoth, Sauron's master, and that's where they were allowed to live. And he gave them extended life, so they could live up to, in the early days, 300 to 400 years old. But then later on, like we see in the movie, he lives to be upper 100s.
Mhm.
And that's where they lived until Sauron corrupted the last king of Numenor, and he caused the last king of Numenor to try to invade the west. Remember, he talked about in the movie going west.
Mhm.
Sauron talked him into building a great army and try to invade the west. And as punishment, the gods sunk the island of Numenor, but there were a few people who opposed Sauron, which was Isildur and Elendil and hundreds of others, and that's where the kingdom then moved to Middle Earth after the island was sunk. And then that sets up
Interesting.
the second war with Sauron, which we see at the beginning of this movie. So
Okay.
that was the remnants of Numenor but this took place. So the island was sunk after Sauron corrupted the king, and he died. Well, his body died in Numenor and sunk underwater, but his spirit went back to Mordor. And then about 110 years later, Sauron built up another army, and that's where we see at the beginning of
Mhm.
Lord of the Rings. That was that battle.
There's the moth.
There's the
There.
moth. Wonder who came up with the idea to use a moth to get Gandalf off of Isengard.
I don't know. I'm like, oh yes, the moth.
Let's see. Let me find out something about Isengard. I remember it was approximately 500 feet tall. And like I said, it was built by, there it is. Wonder what kind of moth was it, Ruth?
I don't know. It has some complicated name. Hold on, let me look it
Yeah,
up.
I know. That's
I should know
okay.
it by heart.
Yes. So while you're looking that up, Isengard was first established in the Second Age, but they're unsure
Mhm.
about exactly when it was built. One of the Seeing Stones was there, of course. It's approximately 500 feet tall. Had a circular wall around it.
Oh, so many believe that the moth was inserted in the movie as a tribute to Radagast, who does not appear.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's
Yeah,
why
they
that's
should have.
there.
I think they should. Well, I suppose it'd be hard. They had enough characters to deal with, so
Yeah,
I guess you probably could only do so many
that makes
before
sense.
you.
Because isn't Radagast has like a lot of influence over nature and
Yes,
stuff?
he's plants and animals. It's
Yeah,
kind of his power.
that makes sense. Okay, that's actually a
Yeah.
lot cooler now that I know that.
Yes. So after the ends, well, after they take over Isengard, they find some treasures in there. I guess in one of the stories that Tolkien tells and some of the extra stuff is Saruman had gathered together. So the chain, if you see in the movie, the chain
Mhm.
that Isildur had the ring on, he had found that. He had found the
Mm.
ring or found the chain that the ring was on, and some
Mhm.
other treasures in there, I guess. Yeah, I like how they have the trolls from the Hobbit movie. That was
Yeah.
good to put that in there.
Kingsfoil.
Kingsfoil, yep, which came from Numenor. It was
Mhm.
a plant that they brought over.
Okay, I found a funny one.
Okay,
So finish the line that Mary says after they go tumbling down the hill. I think I've broken something. What is Mary broken?
carrot.
Yeah.
Pulls out the carrot.
Yeah.
Now, some people complain about this scene because they use Arwen instead of Glorfindel, but I think it fit
Yeah.
fine, in my
I think
opinion.
it worked out fine because then you, once again, so many characters.
Yeah, you
And it
gotta.
also
Yeah,
gave
exactly.
Arwen more of a reason to, like, I don't know, gave her more purpose rather than just, being there for Aragorn.
Yeah, instead of just barely showing up.
Mhm.
She really isn't in the book all that much, so I guess this is a
Mm-mm.
way to give her some more screen time and make her more relevant. There we go. That's
Yeah.
probably better. Because if you wouldn't have, you're like, who is this chick that just shows up at the end and he gets married
Yeah.
to her?
Yeah.
I mean, she's at the Council of Rivendell a little bit, but in the book, but
Mhm.
not much. So I was okay with it. That was a
Mhm.
change that, like, yeah, it works.
Yeah. Well, then she's less of just the pretty girl who's just
The pretty
there
girl,
waiting for
yeah,
her
and
man. Like she actually does
yeah,
something.
the future wife of Aragorn. That's all.
Yeah.
Talking in Elvish. Now that's if you're a true fan, Ruth, you'll know Elvish.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not that dedicated. Not yet, maybe I'll get there someday.
Yes, exactly. Because some people can translate Elvish. I've seen online.
Dang, that's dedication.
That is dedication. If you can know what they say or what's written down. So yeah, it was Glorfindel who's the one that originally showed up in the book
Mhm.
to take him back to Rivendell instead of Arwen. But do you have any facts on? I think she, uh, what is her name now? I forget her real name. Tyler, Liv,
Live.
Liv
Yeah.
did most of the writing, horseback riding. I think on this.
I think actually I don't think she did because they
Oh
had
wait,
to
no,
go so
it was
fast.
Vigo. Vigo did almost all the stunts in the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember she talked about how she wasn't able to do that just because the horses had to go so fast that her
Yeah.
rider, her stunt double, had to do it.
They had to give her a scratch on the face to show how so that she was mortal or she could be hurt.
Yeah. Oh no, she has a scratch.
Oh no, it's
Oh no.
elves.
It is kind of weird to see like an elf with a single penetration on their skin.
Yeah. Asphaleth. Yeah, name my horse Asphaleth.
Asphodel.
No, I thought this scene was well shot. Very well done.
Yeah.
Especially the next scene coming with the race on the river.
Mhm.
That was really good.
I love watching the behind the scenes stuff when you see how they shot stuff like this. They were like on a road with like a car and like the camera's all set up on like the back of a truck and they're just
There's
running through a forest
driving it.
by road and then they're just driving by it to get the shot.
I think this scene is the first scene that one of the only times the ring wraiths talk.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because I don't think they really talk much. That was like one of the only times.
I feel like they might. I feel like they might say something in Return of
I
the
can't
King or the Two
remember.
Towers,
They
but like,
might, but it's rare.
like no wait, that isn't a ring. Is it a ring race where he's like, no man can kill me?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, okay, that's
yeah.
what I thought.
I guess at the beginning of the movie when he's asking for the Shire and the Baggins,
True.
that was only 2 words
Yeah.
compared to this. The horses in the book, that was Gandalf's edition, was to put the horses in the water, the shape of the horses.
So in one of the bloopers, let me pull it up. Liv Tyler apparently accidentally stabbed herself with her sword while trying to resheath her sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Stabbed her leg probably,
Yeah.
or cut her leg. So Arwen was allowed, given the choice once she married Aragorn, was to stay immortal as an elf and go west, or to become mortal and stay with Aragorn. So she chose to stay with
Yeah.
Aragorn.
Does she age basically like Aragorn then if she's like
Yeah.
stays?
So she aged very slowly. So she outlived Aragorn, of course. But
yeah.
Let's see. I think I can probably find it here because I think that was the choice. I'm pretty sure that was the fate that, just like Luthien and Baron, that was the choice. Let's see. She was born second age. So she was about 5,000 years old in this movie. Approximately.
A young
Didn't get married.
5,000 years old.
Yeah, a young 5,000 years old. Let's see. I was delayed. More wizard throwdowns.
Oh yeah.
So in the book it was just the eagle that found him.
Wait, I think I have a. Do you know the name of the eagle?
Gwaihir?
Say, I think I have a question somewhere asking what the name of the eagle was. I don't know the name of the eagle.
I think it was Gwaihir. He was king of the eagles. I think is what it was.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, she did. Arwen did die in the 4th age, 121. So she went back to Lothlorien and lived there after Aragorn died. So let me find the eagle. I think it was Gwaihir. Excellent casting for Elrond.
Although growing up, I always called him the grumpy elf because his face is so like stern.
Yeah, that's true. He was. That's yeah. Now that I think about it, in the books, at least I don't get the impression that he was kind of grumpy. But maybe
it's just his face. Just looks like.
Yeah, it could be. Let's see if I can find the eagles. Let's see.
Bilbo.
Bilbo Baggins. Elvish.
Mhm.
Yeah, Gwaihir.
Mm.
That was the eagle name.
Nice.
Gwaihir the Wind Lord.
Mm. Okay.
He was a descendant from Thromondor, the greatest eagle who ever lived.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. He aided in rescuing Baron and Luthien from Angband. So he rescued somebody. Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
So he is relation to an ancient eagle. I like how he ties everything together.
Yeah. That's what makes it so cool. Is you're like, oh, it's all tied
Yes.
together.
It's all old. Much, much older. But most stories, if you think about it, are that way. Star Wars kind of starts in the middle.
Mhm.
I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, so I don't know if Harry Potter kind of starts in the middle.
I think it kind of.
There's backstory, of course. You know, it's
Yeah.
13 years
Yeah.
later or
Yeah.
whatever. I know that much.
Mhm.
Sauron's much better than Voldemort because Voldemort couldn't even take over a school. Sauron conquered an entire country.
That's true.
Sauron conquered an entire continent twice.
Literally, twice. He couldn't even do it once, Voldemort.
He couldn't even take over a school. Come
No.
on.
Come on, man.
I think Peter Jackson gave a copy of The Ring to Andy Serkis, who plays Gollum, and Elijah Wood, right?
Yeah, yeah, he did, and he didn't tell them that they each got one, so they thought that they were the only ones who had it.
So they're telling all their buddies, look, I got the
Yeah,
one ring.
I got the one ring. Okay. Question time. How many
Yes.
ring wraiths came after Frodo and Bree?
4.
4, correct.
Yes.
Okay, so this one's coming up. What was the name of the sword given to Frodo?
Sting.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's
Nice.
see.
It's probably the Elvish name for it. Let's find the Elvish name of
The
Sting.
Elvish name.
Yes. You got to quote the entire. If you're a real fan, you quote the entire movie in Elvish.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be awesome.
That'd
It's
be
probably
great.
somebody that's done that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let's see if I can find Sting. I know Orcrist is the name of Gandalf's sword, I believe,
Mm.
if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I'll look it up here. Oh, there's Sean.
Oh,
Sean
and
Bean,
Legolas.
Orlando Bloom.
Which I figured out. Like, I knew Orlando Bloom got casted pretty early out of film school, but apparently he landed the
Yes.
role 2 days before he finished drama school. So he hadn't even
How
graduated yet.
hadn't even graduated yet, and he's on a major film. How
Literally.
that never happens.
Well, because like I think when it was being made, it was like it didn't have a big budget. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it
Okay.
blew up as soon as it hit the theaters.
Yes. Oh yeah, I think it. Maybe even before. Yeah. So
Mhm.
here he talks about Numenor. Yeah, I was there 3,000 years ago. Lots of memes.
Yes.
I was there 3,000 years ago when CDs were brand new. So I saw that meme. I was there 3,000 years ago
3,000 years ago.
when you had a rotary phone. So yeah,
And
Sting was made in Gondolin. Remember I showed that map? There's the Elven city way north. That's where it was made. Maybe it didn't have another name. I thought it did. No, I guess it doesn't have it. Okay. Okay, Glamdring. That was the name of. Okay, so Glamdring went to Gandalf. Well, it's made Orcrist. Was claimed by Thorin Oakenshield. Okay, I knew there was another name. So Glamdring was Gandalf's sword that he found in the troll cave. You remember in the Hobbit movie?
Mm-hmm.
So he found it with Sting.
Okay.
Hugo Weaving was Elrond's
Hugo.
actor. And Aragorn did grow up in Rivendell with Elrond because his dad was killed.
That's why he got a crush on Arwen.
Yes, yeah. Arwen was there when he was a baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of weird when you think about it.
Yeah, I know. She was 5,000 years old and he was born.
Yeah.
Sean didn't like to fly. So later on the scenes when they're up in the mountains, they had to take a helicopter up there. Well, yeah, I think it was in your notes that he'd have to.
Yeah.
He'd have to walk.
He would climb the mountains. He would start like 2 hours early. And meet the crew up there because he hated flying in helicopters.
But that was funny. Disregard for Narsil. How dare you?
Respectful.
Narsil. So in the book, Narsil was already reforged when they left.
Oh yeah,
Rivendell.
right. Because he had it like the entire time. He didn't get it.
Yeah.
In the last
so that's
movie.
A little different.
Yeah. I mean, but like cinematically, that makes sense because
it doesn't.
It's like,
yeah.
ooh, it's the last movie, so you got to do a grand thing, just like how Boromir dies at the end of this movie instead of the beginning of the next
Two Towers.
One. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, like cinematically that makes sense because
it works.
How
you got to have some sort of dramatic piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny that Aragorn was a baby. I changed your diapers.
I didn't think about that until
now I'm going to marry you.
Yeah, I'm going to marry you. And also, I'm not going to outlive you either. You're going to outlive me.
And that Galadriel is your mother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when we first met? Yeah, I changed your diaper.
Yeah. I have changed your diaper.
That's funny.
So what is the necklace she gives him represent? Is that just like?
I think that is an old heirloom.
Okay.
From Beren and Luthien or something to that. Let me look. I don't remember what they call it here. The necklace. I think that was an old heirloom from Beren and Luthien from long ago. That she gives him. And it refers to something with the light of the trees, I think. But Arwen. Okay, the pendant of Arwen Evenstar. Yeah. And it might have been made up for the movie.
Mm.
So I'm not seeing anything on Tolkien Gateway. Yeah, I think it's something they made up for the movie. I thought maybe it had something, but
interesting.
show their love for each other.
Aww.
So the Council of Elrond or Council of Rivendell
Mm-hmm.
in the book was about 45 minutes. Because somebody said, "Well, why didn't you just do the whole thing? Like, would have been 45 minutes on screen."
Yeah.
It's kind of like in the movie. In the movie Dune, there's a whole dinner scene that takes about 45 minutes. That's just politicking back and forth. It's like you have to eventually. You can't just go page for page.
No, when I don't read Lord of the Rings, I listen to it because a lot of big words, and honestly, it's just easier to have it read to me. I usually just
Yes.
do a little skip for most of the Council of Elrond because I'm like, it's talking about all these people that I don't really know about. I don't really know
That's the
what's going
best
on.
part. How
I
can you do
know, but I
that?
just get so overwhelmed with all the names they're dropping and all this lore.
Come on, that's
I
the most
know.
fun. Anglican
Yeah.
the Black, and he just these name drops of these isolated things.
Yeah.
Black speech. Yeah, there we go. The black speech. That's what you need to get tattooed.
The Black Speech.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the other name.
I bet you got this one in the bag. How many
Okay.
members of the Fellowship were not called to the Council of Elrond?
That were not called?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the hobbits for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So 4.
3, because Frodo was called to the Council of Elrond.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Although I feel
okay.
like that's a trick question though because they're
That is.
listening.
But technically, yes, you're right. He was called. Yeah, that's right. Okay. That's close.
Mm-hmm. Although I don't know why Elrond was so surprised that they were listening in. Like they're literally sitting outside with no walls, just talking
Yeah.
about this stuff.
Like anybody can listen to this.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. It's not exactly super secret.
Ooh, okay. I feel like this one's gonna be hard. What color horse was Legolas riding on when he came to Rivendell?
Brown.
No. I'll give you another chance.
White.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna go with white first, but I was like, okay, well maybe it's brown. I wasn't 100%
Yeah.
sure.
They probably want him to be all mystical and magical, so they put him on a
Kingly.
white horse. Yeah.
Oh, king-like. Yeah, I'm not finding anything for the pendant of Arwen.
Okay, well that must have been made just for
It
the
must
movie
have
then.
been made for the movie. Pendant of Arwen in the book. Let me look up that. So the dwarf sitting next to Gimli was glowing. The dwarf that went with Bilbo to Smog.
Oh, okay.
That was glowing. Let's see. Well, Hugo does a good job in being broody. There we go, broody.
Yeah, broody. That's a good way to describe it.
Even star pendant. Okay, I might have found something about Even Stars Pendant. Okay. Yeah, it was never mentioned in the books.
Okay.
Here we go, a new meme.
Wait, I think he already
One
said it.
does, oh, I didn't miss it. Okay.
One does
One
not
does not walk into
discover
Mordor. Yeah, I did.
Mordor. There is evil there that does not sleep.
Sleep. That's kind of funny now that I'm watching this. Like, there's a lot of memes that come out of this.
There is.
Yep.
Never trust an elf.
No one never trust an elf. So elves and dwarves did get along, but when the Balrog took over Moria, and then a lot of distrust happened. So
That
that's
is
why
such a
there was
cool shot. The like
that
reflection of
is
the ring and everyone
reflection on.
arguing.
I mean, who would have thought?
Yeah.
So evidently that's Peter Jackson or somebody
Mhm.
came up with that. So the elf sitting next to Elrond there was one of his sons.
Mhm. Ugh. The look in Gandalf's face when he says that when Frodo says he's going to take the ring to
Yes.
Mordor.
Excellent. Just so many good shots and so well
There are.
acted. That's why when Amazon was talking about doing a Lord of the Rings TV series, people were afraid they were going to try to redo the Lord of the Rings
Mhm.
movies,
Mhm.
and luckily they didn't. That would have been a
Yeah.
big mistake. You're just not going to talk. Well, one, it's too soon still, in my opinion. It's only 20 years
Yeah.
old.
Mhm.
If you're going to do a remake, I think it needs to be a little longer than that. That's just my opinion, but I don't. There's no need to redo this at
No,
all.
that's what I was about to say. I was like, it's good the way it is. It doesn't need to be remade.
You're not going to get any better. I mean,
No.
so
Especially
luckily
since
they're
it still
picking
lives up 21 years later.
exactly. So there's no need to redo it. So I'm glad they're just taking a different time frame and doing something
Mhm.
totally different. I mean, it's obviously in the same universe, but
Mhm.
and I'm sure they'll pull. There are some characters, of course, they're pulling from.
Mhm.
Galadriel is going to be in it, so they're going to use her. But pretty much everybody else is not in the books. Well, not in this time frame anyway.
Quest thing.
Mission thing.
Quest thing. So out of all 9 companions, which one do you think you would be, Dad?
Oh, I'd probably marry her Pippin. I'd be the bumbling idiot
Absolutely.
screwing
I
stuff
think
up. Like, whoops, sorry.
whoops.
You know,
I feel like I definitely want to be Frodo. I feel like I would maybe be
Frodo.
Sam.
The dedicated.
Yeah, or maybe Mary, I would feel like.
Marry or Pippin.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Pippin, yeah, he was the one that was really kind of the bumbler. Mary wasn't
Yeah.
quite so bumbling, but
Yeah.
he just
But
kind of was always at the wrong place at the wrong time because he was hanging around
mhm.
Pippin.
Okay, do we vote that once they leave Rivendell, we can go on bathroom break?
Oh, okay.
Because I
Sure.
definitely drank a lot of my energy drink and
Yes. I had to drink a lot of water to keep
yeah,
my throat going.
if we would have kept it traditional, we would have stopped when you had to insert disc two. But
Ooh, yeah. Disc. What's a disc?
what's a disc?
So that was your when disc one got done. You knew okay, that's the bathroom break time
Yeah, that's
because that's
bathroom
when they
break
leave
time.
when they leave Rivendell. It's like okay,
Yeah, I think technically it ends. Disc one ends when like the Council of Elrond scene ends. Is when
oh
you have to
okay.
reinsert the disc.
It's gosh, it's been so long.
I know. Well, that's what I instead of instead of doing school when you guys would leave the house, I would just watch Lord of the Rings
Lord of the
instead.
Rings
Like,
over and over and over again.
yeah.
No wonder you're so good at all the commentaries. Yeah, I've only watched some of the ancillary stuff just maybe once at most.
Oh yeah, no, I've
So
watched
you've
it
watched
a
all of
lot.
it multiple times. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Mithriel.
Mithril.
Yes. The Mines of Moria in the movie are one of my favorite, so we'll get to that
Mhm.
soon.
Oh yeah, I think I got some facts on the Mines of Moria once we get
Yes.
there.
Khazad-dûm. Khazad is the name of the dwarves. Yeah. They talk about this in the book where he gets tempted by the ring.
Mhm. Scariest part as a child is that.
Oh yeah. It is. It is.
It's just the innocent little fun Bilbo, and then he turns really scary.
Yes. He's like the old grandpa.
Mhm.
He goes bad for just a second. Yeah, Mithril is what they didn't find that till much later. So I guess when we get to the Khazad-dûm part, talk about that with
Mhm.
the metal that they
Yeah.
found. I mean, each of the races has such a long and different backstory. The elves have their own
Mhm.
real long backstory. The dwarves,
Mhm.
and then the men to a lesser extent.
Yeah. Well, and
And then
they all have like their own individual like culture too that they've built for them, which makes it super interesting.
yes,
Because like the costume designers each made even
mm-hmm.
like the different like elves from like Rivendell and
The elves from
what's the other place?
Mirkwood.
Yeah,
Mirkwood,
like
yeah.
their costumes are different. They look different,
Oh, the ones
and
from
like
Lothlorien. Yeah,
yeah,
Lothlorien is what you're talking
Lothlorien.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
because Legolas was from Mirkwood, and then the elves
Mhm.
of Lothlorien are different,
I like that part.
left or right.
Left, right. All right. Shall we pause?
Well, why don't you go, and then I'll let people can just keep playing. I'll keep them
Okay.
entertained while we'll take
Should I?
turns.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good.
You
Sounds
just keep playing. Just keep letting it play.
good. Okay.
So yeah, I always thought that the whole scene here of Rivendell was just well done. It looks like it was from the book, just very fantastical. It was in the mountains, just like the book. And the shots panning over their journey down to Isengard. The soundtrack, that's something we've really never talked about. Very well done. It fits. So the music going on right now just seems to fit the journey perfectly. So again, I don't know that they should ever redo this. I don't know that you can do any better. Now, I've obviously it's just my opinion, but I don't know that you could do a whole lot better than this. So, since Sean didn't like to fly, I assume he had to hike 2-3 hours before his shooting time to do this scene.
That man was committed.
You have to be committed. Yes, I agree. All right, so we'll trade.
All right. Okay. So, one fun fact that I found in the behind the scenes DVDs. I love this part. Being really playful with Aragorn. I feel like this is like such a break between all that serious stuff. But so for the main characters, they had to create 10 costumes like per person. So 10 costumes for the main actors, 10 costumes for the body double, 10 costumes for the minis, so the actors they use for the far shots, and then 10 costumes for the stunt doubles. So each character had to have 10 costumes in total, which had to be insane. And apparently they only had 40 seamstresses to do this movie. So 40 seamstresses made 19,000 costumes over the course of this movie. Crazy. I was talking about how many costumes had to be made for this movie.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's
Thousands and
19,000.
thousands.
Yeah.
19,000?
Mhm. And there's only 40 seamstresses involved.
19,000 costumes.
Mhm.
Now, I assume they had to have multiples of, say, the soldiers.
Yeah, that's actually that's what I was just talking about. So,
Okay.
for like the main characters, so the main characters, you have the main actors, the body doubles, the minis, and then the stunt doubles. Each one of those actors had to have 10 costumes each.
Okay.
So 40 costumes
Wow.
just for one character.
Yeah,
For
especially
the
for,
main
say, the
character.
Hobbits,
Yeah.
because you had to have a mini version of, you had to have a regular size version and then a mini version
And
of
then
the
a mini
Hobbit
version, and then
costume.
their stunt double.
Oh, yeah, and their stunt doubles had to have a mini and a regular size. Wow. That's crazy. 19,000.
Yeah. I can't even imagine. They put their place where they made the costumes was like an old paint factory to like
That makes
fit
sense.
everything in there.
That's what I was wondering. Is like, I suppose when they're on set, they probably had to have a truck just to store the costumes for that day's shoot or a couple days shoot.
Yeah.
And then they're going to get ripped or torn or burned, or something's going to happen to them. So you probably have to have maybe even a backup.
My
I would
cat is trying to
guess.
get on my lap. Oh,
Does she
so
know this
for
is
that,
serious?
yeah, this is serious talk right now, Marigold. All right. Um. So in that scene where Frodo drops the ring in the snow,
Okay.
um, apparently to keep both subjects focused, a giant ring, so one that's like 6 inches in diameter, was used. Which I saw this when I watched the behind the scenes thing. It's like super big, like this
Oh,
huge gold
awesome.
ring. Which I'm
Oh, that's
guessing is what
awesome.
they also used for that scene in the Council of Elrond where it was like on the table and you could see people
Oh,
arguing. I'm guessing that's probably
really?
what they also used for that. I don't actually know, but like
Ah.
it makes sense if they use like a bigger one to get everything they needed for that shot.
Yeah, to be able to see, especially at the Council of Elrond, where they're projecting the fighting onto the ring, you'd have to have something that big.
Hey, look.
I mean, they weren't projected; it was CGI'd, but just to be able to see their faces and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, look, Legolas is walking on the snow.
I know,
elf.
because he's an elf. Chance and Sindarian. So Sindarian was a dialect of elfish. Wake up, cruel Redhorn. I love the chanting. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't. It must be CGI how they get shots like that, like the zooming in on him and then zooming out of the tower.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's probably in front of a
like
green
in a
screen. I
sound
would
stage.
assume.
Yeah.
I would assume it's green screen. There's obviously Saruman, but everything around him is CGI'd in later. I would assume it'd have to be. And this scene, I think, is all miniatures as well. Like we were talking about miniatures earlier. This is all done via miniatures. The snow coming down. So when they're panning back, that's all just done with miniatures.
It must be awful to act in snow. Because you're probably like super hot, but you're supposed to be acting like you're shivering.
Like you're cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite scenes coming up here when Saruman talks about Moria. It's very ominous. You know what the doors awoke. So Gloria. Delve too deep. Too deep. You know.
In flame.
Flame.
Oh
Yes,
my God.
one of my favorite scenes ever. Just the way he says it, and the foreshadowing of what's coming. So if you don't know the story, you're like, what was he talking about? What is this?
Yeah.
But if you know the story, you know what's coming. So
My cat right now went from her cat tower to we have like a basket of blankets that's the same height, and then she
uh-huh.
went just to go sit on the basket of blankets.
Of course.
Yeah,
Your
she's an
cat.
interesting one. Yeah.
So Tolkien alludes to the Balrogs. So I'll just talk a little bit about him here and a little bit later. But
Mhm.
he says in the Silmarillion, in Utumno, which was his Morgoth's old fortress, he gathered his demons about him, those spirits who first adhered to him in the days of his splendor and became most like him in his corruption. Their hearts were afire, but they were cloaked in darkness, and terror went before them, and they had whips of flames.
Mhm.
So he's alluding to the Balrogs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Dad. What's the Elvish word for friend?
Belloc, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, I guess okay. I guess it's melon, even though he
Melon, yeah.
says it sounds
That's what I was
like
thinking.
Belloc.
It sounds like Belloc, but it's Melon.
Maybe,
Okay.
maybe we'll see what the subtitles say when we get to that part.
Yeah. See, they haven't really alluded to the friendship between Legolas and Gimli yet, but I guess in the books it
Mm,
really doesn't come till later, so that makes sense.
yeah. No, it mainly, at least in the movies, starts in the second one.
Second one mainly, which in the book it's more that way as well.
Mhm.
So I take it you've listened to the books,
Yeah.
all of it.
Yes.
Okay,
Took me a while, but I got through it.
got through it. You powered through it.
Mhm.
The singing gets a little hard.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny when it's just random singing.
Yes. Tolkien loved his songs, but I suppose if it takes place during this time period, that's
Yeah.
probably somewhat historically accurate because it's supposed to
Mhm.
be fantasy medievalish. You're right. We'll have to see Elvish word for friend. We'll have to Google that.
Mhm.
Let me look it up while he's doing it. Happening.
Nothing's
That'd
happening.
be me.
Yeah.
uh, I don't speak Quenya. Melon. Yeah.
Melon.
So I was wrong. I thought it was Belloc. Ah, gosh, you missed that.
Well, it definitely sounds like he says Belong.
Yeah, he does.
Wow,
Oh,
we've
all
just
the
messed up
pony,
everything.
and
Oh,
they
it's
don't.
Bill.
Yeah, they don't delve any. So this scene kind of doesn't make sense because they don't talk about it. How he was when they found him in Bree, but
Yeah.
so
I
I
mean
don't
that
know
that was mainly for the people who read the book right there.
exactly. I was just saying you could cut that out and no one would even know
Mhm.
unless you read the books.
Mhm. I do wonder though why they chose to have Frodo solve the riddle and not Gandalf in the movie.
Ah,
Because in the book he just
good
starts like
point.
giggling and then he's like, "Oh yeah, it's a
Oh
riddle."
yeah, it's a riddle. That gives more power or whatever character to Frodo, I suppose.
Oh,
Melon.
yeah, the
Okay, so
subtitle said Melon.
Melon. I could have
Maybe
swore it
he
was
just doesn't say
Belloc.
it very clearly.
Yeah. Okay. In the book, they never really explain the creature in the pond, but that's okay. I think, if I remember correctly, years later, dwarves come back, drain the pond, and they retake Moria. But it was
Okay.
long after Lord of the Rings, so it was like 170 years later. They retake Moria and build it back up again. It's a tomb.
It's a tomb. That's a good line.
Yes, another meme.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is no coffee shop. This is goblins.
It was so interesting when the costume designer and weapon designers were talking about how like every arrowhead to every species in this world has a different design.
Different style.
Yeah, like every sword, every arrowhead, every bow.
So if they're doing costumes, you see the dead dwarves there. They had to do costumes for those even.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. That's probably why they had to make so many. You know, all those
Yeah.
extras and all those dead dwarves.
I don't think they explain it in the movie. Well, let's see here later. But in the book, they say, I think it was Aragorn or Gandalf says, there's no coincidence that the creature went after the ring bearer. I was like, oh.
What if Frodo just got eaten right here and now?
So the creature would be the ring bearer.
It would be the ring bearer, but except he wouldn't have the ring on. It would just be inside him.
Inside of him, yeah. I think this is the first time we see Legolas shoot his bow.
Yeah. I also heard that apparently all of Legolas's shots were CGI'd in.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently you can't actually like draw a bow that quickly.
Ah, okay. Probably right. Not like that anyway. Road of Moria.
All right, before we get there, the
Golden
Fellowship
Flower
discovered which dwarf tomb in Moria?
Balin's.
Yeah.
Yes. Balin's tomb, because he went there. He was one of the dwarves from The Hobbit that went to try to retake Moria, not realizing that the Balrog was there. Moria, known by the elves as Moria, but to the dwarves it was called Khazad-dûm.
Khazad-dûm.
Because the
That
dwarves'
sounds like
name,
a more fun name.
yeah, the name for dwarf was Khazad. So Khazad-dûm
Oh, okay.
was their kingdom. The dwarf kingdom is founded in very ancient days by Durin the Deathless. Long ago. Let's see. There in the caves. So he saw a reflection in a lake of the mountain that would become Khazad-dûm. And got a vision, basically, of this is where you need to build.
Oh, okay.
It's Mithril.
Mithril.
The dwarves delve too deep and too greedily.
I mean, who wouldn't want some mithril? Like
Yes.
glows. It glows. It's
Keeps
really
you
light.
keeps you from getting stabbed.
Yeah.
Moria is an elvish name of Khazad-dûm. It means black chasm or black pit. Grandest, most famous mansions of the dwarves. They created the greatest dwarvish city ever created. Let's see. Retaking cousin. So Durin the Seventh retook it in 171 of the Fourth Age, so 171 years after the destruction of the ring. One of Durin the First was the one that found it. Durin the Seventh is the one that reclaimed it. So that was a prophecy that had taken place that his relatives would always possess Khazad-dûm.
Oh, okay. Khazad-dûm.
Khazad-dûm. Khazad. You gotta like you're hawking up a loogie. Hawk it. So if you remember the doors of Durin, that's where they were at, where the secret, that's Durin is the founder of Khazad-dûm.
Oh, okay.
There's Smeagol.
Schmeagol.
Andy Serkis.
Okay. Trivia. Ready?
Yes. All
When
right.
Frodo first sees Gollum, how long does Gandalf say he has been following them for?
3 days.
Good job.
uh,
And then, okay, so this is okay. Who the Fellowship says they call it a mine? A mine.
Mine. That was Gimli.
Gimli.
A mine. A mine. Yes,
And
that's
then
good.
you realize that it's a tomb.
It's a tomb. This is no mine.
Yeah.
It's a tomb. Very good.
hmm
I think the actor, I forgot the actor's name now that plays Gimli, was the tallest of the cast.
Yeah, he was like 6'1".
Yeah,
He was the
6'1".
tallest out of everyone.
Yes, and he's playing the dwarf.
Yeah.
Let me find his name here. Now it's gonna bother me if I don't find his name.
I think it's like
Let's see. He's in
John.
Indiana Jones. He was in Indiana Jones. I remember that. That's where I remember him from. John, let's see.
John something.
John Rhys Davis.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was in Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade. I know I've seen him in other stuff. He's been in lots of other stuff. Yep. Oh, he's in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Never mind. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, here's the scene. Here's the iconic scene.
Yes. There you go.
There it is.
That's all you need.
Yes.
Did he already say some of those who are alive that should be dead? Some of those that are dead should be alive.
I think he already said that.
Mm-hmm. He did. Not all those who wander are lost. It's that way.
The air doesn't smell so foul down here.
I can't remember where Gandalf had been here, but it must have been maybe before the Balrog showed up. No, he wouldn't have been. Oh, no, he would have been there. Never mind. Yeah, he would have been there. Because the wizards came approximately 1,000 years into the Third Age. So 2,000 years before this took place is when the wizards first showed up. So he might have been in Moria long when it was at its heyday.
Okay.
Yeah, I love how they make it just look massive.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to be because they'd been working on it for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And created these giant cities under the mountains.
Yeah, they just make it look huge.
I assume they're in front of a green screen, I would guess.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Or I know like on some old movies, they put paintings in the background. So they build kind of the foreground. So like the front 4 pillars, for example, but then everything behind it's just a painting.
Yeah.
They might have done it that way, but I imagine this is CGI'd. It was probably CGI'd at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Balin's tomb. Fundin.
The guy who played Gimli apparently had to go through 4 hours of prosthetics each day to get it all put on.
I wouldn't doubt. I imagine all of them had to
Yeah.
do a lot of
Because
work.
he had ears to put on, he had the wig to put on, he had a whole
beard.
face. Yeah, the face, the beard to put on, all that stuff.
Prosthetics,
And
probably the
he
nose.
was also Yeah, the nose. He was also severely allergic to the prosthetics.
Oh gosh.
So not only was his whole entire face covered in it, but he was allergic to it too.
Allergic. So it just burned the whole time.
Yeah, because
Oh, more
when they
foreshadowing.
yeah, when they apply it, like it's just his eyes that is like his real skin. The rest of it's like not really his face.
Ouch. And it just
Yeah,
probably burns the whole time.
literally.
That's dedication. They are coming. Oh yeah, this scene. Billy Boy did this. He sold this like
He
no
really
other.
did.
He sold it. He's like, oh gosh. See, that would have been me.
Yeah, accidentally making a
Knocking
huge
something
crash.
down. And in the book, he does the same thing.
Yeah. The way you just hear it echo.
Yes. uh, that was hilarious. But I think in the book, I don't think they hear the drums right away. It's later, a little bit later. I think they sleep
Yeah.
here. But obviously, for the pace of the movie, they have to
They gotta
speed it up.
keep it exciting.
Yes. So outside of Durin's Gate is where Eregion, the kingdom of Eregia, and that's where the rings were built.
Oh, okay.
So the land just to be the west of Durin's Door is where the elves lived, and that's where they did all the trading for the Mithril, because the elves loved the Mithril. That was kind of a little bit of their downfall, was the greediness for Mithril. So Celebrimborn. Okay, so the guy that made the ring, the elf Celebrimbor, the one that made the rings is the same one that built the doors of Durin. He should have known there was trouble when he was building your doors.
Yeah.
And he made the rings. Unknowingly. Oh, okay. Okay. So here's when Gandalf mentions that he was there in Moria. So he wasn't there long ago. He came looking for King Thrain. So if you remember in The Hobbit, he talks about trying to find the king, and evidently the king of the Dwarven kingdom had gone to Moria to try to reestablish Moria again, and he searched for him there. But at that time, he didn't wake up the Balrog, obviously. So the troll, there's a little bit of a story of this troll here as a young troll, I guess, in the movie. A little bit of a backstory. He's not a full-grown troll. He's a younger troll that the goblins had brought in to help him take a hold of Moria.
Yeah. What do the goblins do all day? Do they just like chill in Moria?
Like Netflix and chill.
Yeah. Like what do they do?
I don't know. I guess they do evil things and
do what evil people do, you know.
Yes, do what evil people do. Eat humans. Here we get to see everybody's fighting skills showcased.
Even the hobbits.
Yes. So obviously the troll here is all CGI'd. But still, again, 21 years later, still looks really good.
Yeah, it still looks really good.
I think it ages
with
pretty
the frying
well.
pan.
Yes,
with the frying
pan out. Get the hang of this. What a good idea. Since he likes to cook taters.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em,
Potatoes.
stick 'em in stew.
I think in the book it was an orc that speared Frodo. I don't think it was a troll.
A troll's scarier.
It is. And remember so orcs are the disconfigured or mocked version of elves. Do you remember what the trolls are?
Ugh. I don't know. What are they?
Remember Saruman talks about the elves are made from, or the troll or orcs are made from elves.
Yeah.
The trolls are made from Ents.
Oh,
So
yeah, because I
Morgoth.
remember where the orcs came from, but yeah, no, I didn't remember about the trolls.
So if you remember Morgoth, he was trying to create. He couldn't create life, so he could only take what existed and modify it. So that's what he did with the trolls and the orcs. So trolls are disconfigured, or Ents are made from the Ents. So that's what he was looking at, the void. If they talked about the void earlier, he was trying to find a way to make something from nothing, create life, because Morgoth couldn't create life. He could only take what's already there and change it. So he wanted to find the power to create life, whereas Sauron just wanted to. He liked order. He didn't like things out of order, so he wanted peace through tyranny.
Okay, trivia question.
Yes.
How many arrows did Legolas fire at the Moria cave at the troll?
Oh gosh, how many?
Yeah, how many?
Let's see, he stood on top. He shot 2. Shot 3, or second one, or third one here. 5.
Yeah, it is 5. I'm surprised you got that one.
Yeah, I was going back. I'm like, okay, 2, 3, and I think he shot 2 more. So 5.
Yeah.
Am I passing?
Yeah, you're passing with a passing grade. I think you actually have gotten most of them right. I mean, I haven't been keeping track, but
yeah, I think I only missed the Hobbit at Rivendell, and I think I might have missed another one, but I'm not hurt. The Mithril.
All right. So now you have to name the items that Pippin dropped down in the well in the Mines of Moria.
Oh, the items he dropped down the well. Well, in the movie, it was a bucket, a chain, and basically a skeleton.
Yep.
Skeleton in armor. Yeah.
Wait, in the book, did you drop something different?
Gosh, not 100% sure. I thought it was just rocks.
Oh,
you know, like some people throw rocks. How at the lake he was throwing rocks in the pond. I think he was throwing rocks down the well, but I'm not 100% sure. It's so hard to remember the differences between the book and the movie.
Yeah.
Because I've watched just the movie so many times.
I know, and then it's hard to. Yeah.
I read the books too, but not as much as I watched the movie, so it's hard to remember. I remember when the movies first came out, I could tell exactly scene for scene. I was like, wait, that's not what was in the books.
Yeah.
And then I start forgetting. So I watched the movies so many times, it gets confusing. See, natural effects. No CGIs. Practical effects.
Practical.
Yes, the Balrog.
The Balrog that for some reason has wings.
Oh, you just brought up the controversy. Tolkien fans everywhere just
don't like the wings.
Nuts. Wings or no wings. Wings or no wings. Constant battle. What's this new Dillery? I don't know if they say here is a Balrog of Morgoth. In the book, it's Legolas is the first one to name it, not Gandalf.
Doesn't? Oh yeah, Gandalf does. For some reason, I thought Saruman did it for a second. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it is Gandalf. Yeah. Ancient world. See, they panned to Legolas because Legolas would know exactly what that is. Because Balrog killed a bunch of elves way back. So, more Balrog. Fun facts. So, Balrogs, like I said, are the Mire spirits, just like Gandalf and Saruman and Sauron, who cloak themselves in shadow and flame and carry whips and swords. Famed Balrogs include Gothmog, who killed one of the elf lords from way back. Let's see. And it was estimated there's at least 12 of them that helped Melkor or Morgoth. He's also known as Melkor. Okay, yeah, here's a story. Okay, so we won't get it till the next one, but Shelob is actually the daughter of a bigger spider called Ugalant. Ugalant helped Morgoth steal the Silmarils, the gems that the elves had made. And Ugalant turned on Morgoth, and Morgoth had his Balrogs help him out and get away from her. So that's where the Balrogs come into play. It specifically says he called on his Balrogs to help him out. So the Balrogs been around a long time. They do a good job making the Balrog look fierce.
Sure. Which I feel like the wings do help because, obviously it makes it look like bigger and grander and more scary. Which is most of the reason why they put like capes on superheroes, because it makes them look like
bigger.
Yeah. So I think like cinematically it makes sense, but it's kind of funny that there wasn't originally wings on it.
Well, some say there are. There's a big argument over it. Wings or no wings.
Because does it say that it has no wings in the book? It doesn't mention anything, right?
It doesn't. Just in some of the older writings Tolkien refers to, I think it doesn't. They don't actually have wings, but there's some. I guess in one of the quotes it says it filled up the room like wings. But it doesn't say he had wings. It just says like wings. And so that's where the controversy over wings or no wings.
That's funny.
So he's probably doesn't. I don't think they did have wings. It just looked like it did.
Yeah.
That's what they're referring to.
Also, this whole scene where they're running down the stairs is amazing.
Oh, yeah. And I keep forgetting to talk about the soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack on this is excellent.
It is.
Here we go. We get to see the Balrog.
The Balrog. Yeah.
Yep. Wings of Shadow. So, yeah, it just looks like. So, I don't think he did. They have arguments against it, arguments for it. So, nobody can decide.
No.
Let's see. And so, in the Silmarillion, swiftly they arose and they passed with winged speeds over Hithlim, and they came to Lamoth as a tempest fire. So, it's referring to the Balrogs there. But it just says winged speed. It doesn't say with wings.
I mean, but his wings don't really look that useful. It looks like they're just like the bones of the wings. So I don't think they can even make them fly.
Yes. Flame of Aduin. So he talks about the wielder of secret flame of Anor. That is, Anor is Elvish for the sun or the light. And so that's referring to like the creation light. Is what in Tolkien's universe. Another meme.
So we should start keeping count.
I know. He might be up to 7 or 8 by now.
Yeah.
it. See, you really can't see the wings very well here, so I don't know. You could
No.
almost say he doesn't really include them.
I mean, maybe you'll see him more in the second movie, but
In the second
yeah.
movie, you do. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. So, yeah, the flame of Anor would be from the light of the sun or light of the trees. So before the sun was created, there was these two trees that Morgoth destroyed. That was the source of the light. And so that's where the source of creation came from, I guess, is what they're referring to. So this whole lore. That's what Morgoth was trying to find. The light flame, the creation light, the creation flame is what he was trying to find, try to get a hold of so he could create and not just take what was already there and modify it.
They got real bad aim. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no kidding. Come on, Legolas could take him out with one shot.
Like none of them got hit.
I think this scene might be CGI'd. Them running on the rocks.
Yeah, well, because they had helicopter shots too.
That's true. Okay,
so that might have been a helicopter shot.
That's true. That could have been. Hard to tell. That's when you know your CGI is good, when you can't even tell.
You can't tell the difference, yeah.
Yeah. I think there was this series, Death, Love, and Robots on Netflix. And one of them, it's all animation, but some of it looked really good. It was almost difficult to tell the difference. That's how good it's gotten. But Lothlorien, the Lady of the Forest.
Oh,
let's see.
This shot's so good when Frodo turns around and he has like one single tear.
Was that a real tear or an eye drop?
Is that a real tear? Is that real sadness coming from your eyes, Elijah Wood?
Where's that? Oh no, it's real. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks pretty real to me.
You couldn't fake that.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't do it. Didn't break away. So
I feel like that would be the hardest part of being an actor, is like just having to make yourself cry.
Yeah, how do you do that?
I don't know. They probably have some technique that they use.
I'm sure they do. I think I've heard some of them. They ask you to think about the saddest time that you can ever think of, like a death of a family member or something like that, and just think about that and then try to get yourself to cry. Some people can do it.
Because like
that's how you get out of speeding tickets.
One of my friends can do that. He can just like cry on command. Like one time we were just in the car and he like started just, I don't know how the subject got brought up, but he just started like crying in the car, and then he immediately like broke out of it and he's like, "Yes, I told you I can cry whenever I want."
Wow.
I'm like, I don't know how you do that.
I don't know. That's hard. Kate Blanchett as Galadriel, probably one of the better casting decisions.
Definitely.
Ears of a fox. Okay, so you see, again, the arrowheads are different.
Yeah, the arrowheads are different. Okay, so do you know that elf's name, Dad?
Thranduil? Or the elf that's
so the one that
greets
them, that greets them when they all get arrows pointed at them. That's another trivia question, which I wouldn't know if I didn't have it right here.
It starts with an H, I think.
Yeah, it does. Haldor.
Halfin or Haldor? Haldor.
Haldor. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I knew it started with an H, but I couldn't remember. I like how Gimli swears at him in Dwarfish.
Yeah.
It's like, what? What are you talking about?
He said, "I was just sitting here. He just lost his best friend. Just give him a break, all right?"
You bring great evil here. You brought
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell College Days episodes.
No.
No.
See, okay, I never really
Uh,
got why they're all like looking at Frodo during this scene.
well,
Like, are
because they
they
know
up?
I'm guessing because they're upset because he's kind of the reason they may or may not be going any further.
Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Maybe they feel bad for him. I mean, obviously Sam does,
Yeah.
and they're still upset by Gandalf dying, I suppose.
Mhm. Yeah, get over it. He died like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, come on. So yeah, Lothlorien. That is Lady Elorien. I think there was a country in the west in Valar or Valar called Lorien.
Mhm.
Caris Galden. Yep, it's the name of the kingdom that they live in. So Third Age. So they had lived in this area, Lothlorien, for about 2,000 years. About 1,500 years. She moved there from the north. Okay, yeah, it was after the destruction of Morgoth.
Okay.
They moved down south. Let's see. Yeah, follow the destruction of Beleriand, which was the kingdom in the north. After the
Mhm.
destruction of Morgoth, they moved. Oh, okay. So she lived in Eregion, where the ring was created.
Oh, okay.
For a while. Then she moved to Lothlorien after that.
So apparently, so they really wanted to emphasize making Lothlorien and Rivendell feel very different.
Uh-huh.
So they use like completely different lighting for everything. So apparently, for
Yes.
most of Galadriel's shots, they use like Christmas lights to light
Oh.
her face.
Yeah, they tried to make the elves, even when Arwen shows up, the light. Yeah.
Mhm. Be a little eerie.
Yes.
Yeah,
Little
because you can see
more
like the
than.
sparkles in her eyes, because they're supposed to look like
Yes.
stars in her eyes.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Shadow and flame. Yeah. I think they both with Legolas too, they try to give him more light in his face.
Mhm.
So she lived in the what's called Ammon or Valar, with the Valar on the west. Remember I
Mhm.
showed you that map? There's the Undying land that they go to at the end of the movies. That's where
Mhm.
she was from. So she came to Middle Earth to fulfill to try to get the Cimmerals back from Morgoth.
Mm.
So she's very old. She's
So
six
some
foot
other
four.
differences. She's 6'4" in the movies.
Yes. No.
Oh,
Her character.
her character is 6'4". Wow.
Yes.
Can you imagine an elf being 6'4"?
That
That's intimidating.
is intimidating. She is
Um.
intimidating.
Yeah. So some other differences they did. So apparently the different colors of blue for the elves' eyes revealed what race they were. So
Oh,
apparently they
okay.
have various colors of blue to reveal what race they
Okay.
were.
Oh, okay. I'll have to watch that. So
Um,
Legolas's eyes should be different than hers.
yeah. So the Lothlorien eyes of the elves are light blue, and then the Rivendell eyes were dark blue.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there were different races of elves, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's a good idea by Peter Jackson or whoever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the costume designer apparently made Rivendell costumes have a lot more color and a lot more colorful, whereas these ones are a lot more neutral, which go with the color palette of the set and
Ah.
all the lighting that they're using too.
Okay, so yeah, the Rivendell elves are colorful. We're here; they're more silver and white.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
because even like Rivendell's like naturally more colorful too, like
it
nature
is.
wise.
Here they have the what they're called the Malorn trees that are white
Hmm.
trees. Orlando, 2 days out of acting school.
That that's so crazy. Landing a movie like that.
Yeah. Gimli snores. Let the guy sleep. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a lot. He had a long day.
So you talk about the Cimmerils. Those were jewels where they put the light of the trees. The trees were before the sun was created, that
Hmm.
created the light for the earth. So originally, Feanor, who created the Silmarils, asked Galadriel for her hair, because her hair was shiny,
Yeah.
and she refused to give him Feanor, the elf, the
Hmm.
creator of the jewels, her hair, because she could sense that he
Oh,
had evil intent, because he was
that's
making the
interesting.
yeah. But obviously in here she gives 3
Yeah,
hairs to
she gives it
Gimli.
to Gimli. Yeah,
Yes.
interesting. That's cool.
So yeah, so she refused to give him the 3 hairs because she could sense that he was making the jewels out of greed and spite and power,
Hmm.
and refused to give them to him. So I thought
Okay.
that was a good or he did kind of the same thing here
Hmm.
with Gimli. She
All
wouldn't give
right.
him even one, but so that shows the heart of Gimli was pure.
Hmm. My headphones are dying, so give me a second. I'm going to switch to my other ones.
Okay.
Momentarily.
Yes. Hopefully they work. The White City.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep,
Great.
it works. Let's see. What else about Galadriel? Okay, so there was 2 groups of elves that went to Middle Earth to take on Morgoth.
Hmm.
One went north because it's connected. If you saw on the map, it's connected in the north with ice. And she went that way because the elves that went the other way, they had what's called the first kinslaying. So
Hmm.
they wanted to get to Middle Earth as fast as they could to get Morgoth. And so they went to the shipyards of the elves and said, "Hey, give us the ships. We want to go after Morgoth and get the Cimmerils back." And they said no. They said, "Too bad. We're just going to take them." They killed all the elves and took the ships and
Oh,
went to Middle Earth. And when they got to Middle Earth, they burned all the ships so that nobody could go back.
wow.
So Galadriel didn't want to be part of that group because she could tell they were
We're
bad
evil.
news.
Hmm.
So she went the other way. She went north. So it showed her pure of heart.
Hmm. So why do the elves like go into the west
That's kind of
eventually?
they call it the Undying Land. It's
Uh-huh.
kind of their heaven, so to speak. But Galadriel
Hmm.
was banned because she went after Morgoth. They call it the war of wrath, was to go get the jewels. So there's a faction of elves that said, just leave Morgoth. He's not going to bother us.
Hmm.
We'll just let him stay. He can have his Middle Earth. He can stay over there. We'll stay over here. But the other elves said, no, we want to go after him. He's bad news. And so they said, well, if you go, you can't come back until we tell you can come back, until you're good enough to come back. And so that's Galadriel was part of that group that said, you're not allowed to come back until you prove yourself worthy to come back. So that's why this part here, where she passes the temptation of the ring, she says, now I've earned the right to come back.
Oh, okay.
I think it was called the Ban. She was part of the Ban because she went to Middle Earth. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's just that she left and she was part of the Ban of the Silmarils.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna make some popcorn while we watch.
There you go. Well, yeah, we're gonna watch the movie.
Exactly.
So my mind, she really does that omnit, the foreshadowing.
Yeah, the way she says the lines.
Yeah. You know who I speak of. So Gandalf already, well, at least in the movie, Gandalf already knew, and Galadriel already knew what Boromir was going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And she has one of the 3 rings.
Yeah.
The 3 rings of the elves.
Except it's much prettier than that one. So.
It is.
This part also scared me when I was little.
Yes, it is.
She's just
this
this pretty little lady. Yeah, she's like this pretty little lady, and then she turns into this scary lady.
The scary lady. You see the armor she has on? So in the Amazon series, they show her with that same armor.
Oh, okay.
Or similar armor. Yeah, I forgot which ring. Ninya, I think that's what she has.
That sounds right. I feel like she says that.
See, she says, I passed the test. So she gets to go west.
See, she always, the way she says that line, I always felt like it was a bad thing. Like she did something wrong.
Yeah, no, that she was banned from going to basically heaven or the Undying lands. She was not allowed to go back until she was, Ninya. I was right. The Ring of Adamant. Yep. Worthless facts. So remember I said that Maya spirits, that's what Gandalf was and Saruman were. So they're demigods. So Arwen is 1/32nd Mayan because her father, Elrond, was 1/16th Maya. And then his mother was half Mayan, so that would be his grandmother was a Maya spirit.
Okay.
So Arwen was 1/32nd. Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, here. Elves. Yep. He explains it.
Ruined, terrible, awful life. Now, affected. My fighting Uruk-hai. Whom do you serve?
Saruman.
So orcs couldn't go. Normal orcs could not go out during the day, or they could, but they didn't like it. So they worked on the same level as, say, vampires, where they would burn up, but they didn't like the sun, so they became weaker. But the Uruk-hai, he bred them with men, which allowed them to be out in the sun. It didn't matter where they were at, if it's in daylight or in the night.
My cat just fell off my lap.
The heart carries something great to them. Bring them to me, and
So they were created in Utumno.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find that map again. There we go. Let's see. So it is clear up in the north, be the northeast of
Mhm.
Middle Earth is Utumno. That's where the orcs were created. Then there's this little lake just south of Utumno
Mm-hmm.
where Colvinian, that's where elves were created and first appeared on Middle Earth.
Okay.
So,
Lembas bread.
yes, Limbus bread. More Limbus bread.
How many did you eat? 4.
That's funny. Are you eating Limbus bread?
No, I wish I was though. I'm eating a Nutty Buddy instead.
A nutty buddy. Well, that's almost like it.
Okay, before they set off. Oh, never mind. It's already revealed. Who was in the boat with Legolas during this scene?
Gimli.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
So they're already hinting at the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
The ring that Aragorn's wearing
Mm-hmm.
is, I think, the ring that he got from Beren and Luthien. Remember, I was talking about those two. I think that's one of the rings of Beren. I'm pretty sure. So it's a very old ring. Let's see, orcs. It's unsure, since they're made from the elves, it's unknown if orcs are immortal.
Mm-hmm.
Since elves are immortal as well. There is, in any case, a hint for long lifespan.
Mm. So wasn't in the book Sam didn't get rope? He got like soil from or seeds or something like that.
No, he
from the
did. He
Elven
got
lands?
both.
Oh, he got both. That's what it was.
See, here they have Galadriel giving him the rope, but she actually gave him the box with the seed in it.
Yeah.
And then some other elves, he was talking to elves and they gave him rope.
Right. And then they gave him rope.
But they couldn't do the box of dirt, with the seed because they didn't have the scouring of the Shire like they did in the books at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where Saruman shows up. So that would be why. That would kind of make sense. It works.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So the orcs, there is different varieties. And there's kind of a mixing of goblins and orcs. Tolkien kind of uses them both in the same tone, but the way they kind of did it later or justified it later is that there's different, kind of like have humans have different races. So there's different races of orcs.
Okay.
But they're more distinct. Obviously, the Uruk-hai were kind of a half breeds that shouldn't have happened. So Uruk-hai were faster than normal orcs and could travel during the day. Yep. So they're weakened if they travel during the day. They're not as strong.
Yeah. See, so I don't even know. How did they make her glow? She's literally glowing.
I wonder if it's a little bit CGI.
It must be.
Or they're using the natural, maybe they're shooting a light from the other side.
Yeah.
Or from on top or from behind.
Because even Aragorn is slightly glowing, but not as much as her. She's
Well,
also
that
wearing
makes
all white
sense.
though.
That makes sense if he was standing in front of her. Yep, the light of Arendelle. Yep, the Phial of Galadriel. Yeah, I think that goes back to the light of the trees. The Phial of Galadriel had the light from the trees. Those old trees. Yeah. Yeah, so she gives him the star glass. It's also called the star glass.
Ooh,
That sounds cooler than the Phial of Galadriel. I have the star glass.
I got the star glass. So I was talking to Galadriel the other day,
here.
and she gave me her star glass. I want to know where he put those hairs after he got them.
I don't know. I think later on they say he put them in crystal when he got back from.
Yeah. You're right.
He encased him in crystal.
In
the appendices, I think they talk about it. Yeah. So let's see.
Apparently, all those rivers they shot on were like super deep and super fast flowing.
Oh, you can tell. Man, those things look pretty rough.
Yeah. But like Gimli's double was, fully suited up in all of his armor and apparently fell in and they had to like wrench him out. And he was like super heavy because he had all that armor on.
Oh yeah. You can tell those rivers are pretty rough looking, pretty choppy. Imagine those guys in some of those shots are obviously stunt doubles.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you want to stick your top cast out there.
No. I think they did do like lessons on, I don't know, I guess boating, how to steer a boat. But I'm sure with it going so fast, they don't want their actors in there.
No. I like how they allude to the eyes of the elves. He can see the orcs coming because it talks about that in the book a little bit. He can obviously has really good eyes. And their senses, they're kind of a sixth sense.
Like a Peter Tingle.
Yeah, there you go. Spider senses.
Spider sense.
I got spidey senses.
No, I like it better when they call it a Peter Tingle. When Aunt May calls it a Peter Tingle.
Peter Tingle. There's Gollum. I want to know how he got out of Moria.
That's true. How did he get like all those stairs and that bridge got wrecked? How did he get out?
He did.
It's like that part in Emperor's New Groove where like Yzma and Krunk get there before them, and they're like, "How did you get here before us?" And Krunk is like, "How?" Or Yzma's like, "How did we get here?" And Krunk's like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. He has the map out, and he's like, he can't figure it out. That's exactly right. How did we get here?
How did we get here?
Let's see. What else do we got on? So the Phial of Galadriel that she gave him just has the lights of the Star of Arendelle, which is an ancient relative of Aragorn's. So we're seeing the corruption of Boromir.
It's because elves aren't men. All 9 men who got the rings got corrupted. How can you trust them?
Come on, Boromir. You know this.
Know your facts. Read your history books.
Yes. So we're seeing the rise of Aragorn the king.
Tension.
Which is this whole story is Aragorn taking his final place as king. Okay, so yeah, these two statues, I believe, is Isildur and Anarion. So Isildur we saw at the beginning, and then Anarion.
Yeah.
Or I can't remember. Or is it Isildur and his father Arendelle? But it talks about in the books that like these statues and the other cities we see were just a shadow of what was in Numenor, the original island. And it mentions that when they took Sauron to Numenor, he was amazed at the splendor of Numenor. So it kind of foreshadows or gives you an idea of how advanced and how amazing that the Numenorians were. If Sauron, who is basically a demigod, was impressed with what they had built. So I'm curious to see how they're going to portray that in the Amazon series.
Yeah.
So I thought those two statues were cool. Like these massive. It's trying to give you an impression of what it was like, what Gondor was like in old, and how they've faded all these years later.
Mm-hmm. I also just like this is totally random. I like the contrast between Boromir's costume and basically everyone else's. Like I feel like everyone else's like flows together fairly well, color palette wise. Whereas like Boromir's, he has like gold on his sleeves and like he has brighter colors than everyone else.
It's more kingly because that makes sense. He was from the king.
Mm-hmm.
I love Gimli's description. Yeah, you're right. The color palette is a little different.
Mm-hmm. Is Peter Tingle's going off?
He is. Cover your strength. Oh, you can see his breath. So it must have been really cold that day.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Any other trivia questions, Ruth? We haven't.
I think I just thought of one. It's about Vigo. It's not a trivia question, but it's more of a fact.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay. It's about Vigo. During filming, most of the members of the Fellowship took up surfing in New Zealand in their spare time. Amongst them was Vigo, who wiped out terribly one day and bruised one whole side of his face. The next day, the makeup artist tried to cover up the bruising and swelling, but they were unsuccessful. Instead, Peter Jackson opted to film Vigo from one side for the entire scene in the Mines of Moria. When they find the tomb, Aragorn is only seen from one side of his face in the whole scene.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. Never would have thought of that. That's awesome.
And then I think I have some miscellaneous trivia questions that I didn't ask while they were happening. When Aragorn Arwen first appears to the hobbits, who says she's an elf?
Who says she's an elf when Arwen appears?
Yeah.
Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, because I know he's fascinated with elves in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When Frodo gets stabbed, how many days are the hobbits and Aragorn from Rivendell?
When Frodo gets stabbed, how many days is he from? 7 days.
Close. 6 days.
6 days. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was guessing 5. I was thinking 5 or 7. Okay. All right.
What's the name of Aragorn's father?
Ooh. It starts with an A. I probably can't pronounce it. Son of.
They always rhyme with each other.
I know. And I'm trying to think of Aragorn, son of. I don't think it's Arathorn.
Oh, no, you're right. It's Arathorn.
Arathorn. Oh, okay. Arathorn. Okay.
Aragorn,
I was
son of Arathorn.
second guessing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, Arathorn. Again, I
Okay.
shouldn't know these.
See, they're just like so ingrained that you think it's too easy for it to be that answer.
I know. I'm kind of overthinking it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we talked
That's
about
why
this
you have
earlier.
to watch. We have to watch these DVDs over and over again, and the behind the scenes 20 times when you're a teenager. Okay, go ahead.
What color is Bilbo's door?
What color is it?
Mm-hmm.
Green.
Yes.
At the Shire.
What is the
right?
name?
Okay.
Yeah. What is the name of Saruman's tower?
Saruman the White? Is that
Yes.
what the name of his power? Oh, tower?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Orthanc. Or Isengard.
Yep. Orthanc Tower.
Yes. They also had Men of the West did an episode on what if Aragorn would have taken the ring in this scene.
I feel like that would have been so out of character for him.
Yeah. I could see.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Found one. Who said the quote, "You carry the fate of us all, little one"?
Boromir.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I do like having the subtitles on because it tells you these things I wouldn't have picked up. Like he says, Aragorn, Elisar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the ring he shows there, that's an old ring.
Oh, okay.
That I think came from Baron Luthien. It's like a snake eating another snake, I think.
Ooh. All right. How old is Legolas in the Lord of the Rings movies?
Oh, that's a controversy. Some say as old as 6,000. Some say 500. That's like the Balrogs and the wings and no wings.
Okay, well, the website I have says that he's 2,931 years old.
Okay, so that's
Was the estimated
younger
age.
one. Yeah, they never really say. So, but yeah, okay. That one's disputed. Yes, he's probably as young as 600 and as old as 6,000 and anything in between. He was, there's different arguments for different ones, and anyway, that's cool.
Oh, I feel like this one's going to be hard. So going back to Lothlorien, who does Frodo see in the mirror first when talking with Galadriel?
Who does he?
So when he sees the reflection, who's the first person he sees?
Oh man, Sauron, the Eye of Sauron. No. That's at the end. It is Sam.
Nope, another member of the Fellowship.
Boromir.
Nope.
Oh, Gandalf.
No.
No? Okay, tell me.
It's Legolas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't really expect Legolas because I feel like the most awkward relationship in the movie is Legolas and Frodo because I don't think they ever interact the entire time.
No, I don't think they do in the movie. And even in the books, it's minimal. Because if you think about it, Legolas is only with Frodo from the time they leave Rivendell until they get to the Amon Wheel, and where they separate, the breaking of the Fellowship. That's it.
Yeah,
they really don't spend much time together, and that time frame isn't. I mean, it's long; it's several weeks, but compared to how long he's with Sam or some of the others. But I guess if you think about it, Frodo was, Aragorn. Well, no, he's with Aragorn a lot longer. Never mind.
Yeah, because he meets him in Bree.
Yeah.
He grows a trust with Aragorn.
Yeah. So I was wrong, but he doesn't spend much time with Legolas or Boromir for that matter. And Gimli. Yeah, he's only with Gimli from Rivendell till they split. So, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, you're right. There isn't much of a relationship there compared to the others.
Mm-mm.
I love this scene. Legolas just taking every single orc out.
Just pew, pew,
Boom,
pew.
boom, 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 boom. Horn of Gondor. So this panning scene, like how it moves, I wonder how they did this. This is before the age of drones. So I don't know
Maybe
if
they
this was on
did
a
it.
cable.
They probably did it with like a giant crane or something like
or
that.
a zip line almost on some of that.
True.
I can see
True,
maybe
that
a
might
zip
be.
line tied to the trees, especially when it was the top down view. So you let 4-year-old Ruth watch orcs get their heads cut off.
Yeah, as you do.
I think obviously people can dispute over it, but I think when it's historically accurate violence, that's a little more understandable
Yeah.
than
Well,
when it's just a gore fest.
yeah, no, because I
You know,
wouldn't say that any of this is like unnecessarily gory.
Exactly. It's historically accurate, I think. I
Mhm.
think when it's, in my opinion, when it's historically accurate, I think it's not as bad for children, young children, than when it's just, you've seen gore movies where it's just blood everywhere
Yeah.
unnecessarily. And it's just,
Unnecessary decapitation.
yeah. And, angles that just don't need to be there. You can show what's happening without having to be so blatant. That's my opinion. I know somebody was arguing about that, letting elementary kids watch the there's a Revolutionary War a Revolutionary War movie called Glory, I think it was, and it was pretty violent, but it was also historically accurate as well. It showed a lot of the death from the or not Revolutionary War, the Civil War. There we go.
Just gotta shelter those kids from all the things these days.
Exactly.
Because
I think in this case it was a little different. And there's not in this movie. It's just the violence. There's not.
Yeah, there's not bad
language.
words.
There's not nudity or anything. It's
and it's violence with, like medieval swords and arrows and
yeah, and it's
stuff
not
that
excessive.
kids normally don't have access to.
Exactly, and it's not excessive. You see Boromir here getting sent arrows through him, and blood isn't spurting everywhere like it probably really would.
Yeah.
So
just two little blots of blood.
Yes. So I think they did a good job. I think Peter Jackson again did a great job keeping it in line with the story, with the books. That's the one thing I hope that the Amazon movie or Amazon TV series stays kind of in the same spirit of the Peter Jackson movies, where it's not, they don't try to make it like
super dark or
super dark and edgy and make it like like what is it called? Completely skipped my mind here. The George R.R. Martin Game of Thrones. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, that would be upsetting if that's what happened.
I don't mind if they take some liberties, but don't turn it in. It's not Game of Thrones. Lord of the Rings is not Game of Thrones. And
it's not. Game of Thrones is a lot more political than Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here comes a shot. There's a shot where he actually like deflects the dagger with his sword. Wait.
Yeah, that actually happened, didn't it?
Yeah, because he wasn't ready. He just had the stunt actor just threw it at him when he wasn't ready.
So the guy playing the orc threw it at him and didn't.
Yeah.
This here.
Yeah, that one.
And he actually hit it out of the air.
And he actually hit it out of the air.
So that wasn't planned.
No.
That's awesome.
Oh, what were we saying about it not being political? Oh, there goes his head.
Head chopping. Only one head chopping. The Hobbit, they had a lot of head chopping in the Hobbit. Oh, did you see that? One of the orcs kind of looked up. He kind of sat up a little bit. I wonder if that was
Oh,
planned.
that's funny.
I think there's some. I remember reading in some trivia that there was a car in the background, and they didn't take that part out.
Oh
At
no.
least maybe it's in the theatrical version. I think it was.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. They're doing a scene that shows the sky and there's a plane in the background,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a medieval movie or something like that, a period piece.
One of the facts from that website of how to be really annoying when you watch Lord of the Rings is,
Oh yes.
gosh, this scene is really sad, but did you know they had to break for lunch in the middle of it? So they had to Vigo and Sean Bean filmed the death scene twice
Oh, they did?
to catch each side of the close up with a lunch break in between.
Awesome.
You can tell because when it pans up to Aragorn, Boromir's arm isn't on his shoulder, but when it's going from panning down to Boromir, his hand is on his shoulder.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The little things you don't catch when you're.
Mm-hmm. When you have a lunch break in between your death scenes.
I love it. I love those things like that. Little things that you won't get unless you read these behind the scenes stuff. Was that on the behind the scenes on the DVD?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Because Sean Bean comments on the fact that it's super weird to work on the set of the Lord of the Rings because you just gotta die and then go have some lunch and then go back to dying.
Oh, Viggo Mortensen is trilingual, English, Spanish, and Danish. Requested the script to be revised to let Aragorn speak more of his line in Elvish. Viggo also purchased Arwen's horse after production and gave it to Liv Taylor's double.
Aw. Yeah, because he also bought his horse too.
He did, yeah. They bought lots of. I think he bought a lot of them so they wouldn't get put down. So these bracers, those forearm shields or leather guards that he took off of Boromir in Return of the King, when they flash forward to his death scene and he's buried, he's wearing the same ones. So he was buried with Boromir's braziers, I think is what they're called. So that showed his respect for Boromir all these years later to go ahead and wear those. Yeah, it was Swordmaster Bob Aaron Anderson called Viggo Mortensen the best swordsman I've ever trained.
Dang.
Sean Astin gained 30 pounds to play his role of Sam Gamgee. So you know how Smeagol's
that's
always calling him the fat one.
Yeah,
fat
that's mine too. That's mine too. I was like, wow, can you imagine having to gain? Because usually you have to like get in shape for a role.
Yeah,
and
you have to lose weight.
But he had to gain 30 pounds.
The fat hobbit.
Stupid fat hobbit.
Oh, the illuminated doors on the Mines of Moria was the same paint that they use, which Cat's Eyes and road signs are made of. So like the reflective material on road signs, it's the same paint they used on the Mines of Moria.
So that it was actually reflective on the set instead of just like, I was imagining that to be like CGI or something.
No, evidently it wasn't. It's not. It's just practical effects.
So fun fact, during this scene, when Sam runs into the water, Sean Astin ran into the water and it was just like a random beach they shot on. And he stepped on a bottle not very far into the water and he got like a bunch of glass in his foot. Ouch. And so they had to like remove his his hobbit foot.
And
then get to his normal foot
to get it treated.
Yeah, to get it treated, and he had to be like helicoptered out of there because he was like bleeding a lot. And then they had to stop filming that day. I was like,
that's awesome.
That would make me scared to ever set foot on a beach again.
I know. I don't like to be on beaches. I'm always wondering what's in the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely Be the worst thing. You're just walking in the beach and you step on
Mhm.
a broken bottle or something.
Yeah. Or like when you step on rocks or like sharp shells.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate that.
Shells can be just as bad.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm stepping on a crab or something like that. It's gonna bite me.
Yes. Yes. Huh. With the exception of the bridge of Casa Doom, there's no curves or circles in the architecture of Moria, only polygons.
Huh.
I never
Makes
would have
it seem more
caught that.
evil.
Well, like you said, it's every race or culture has its own unique character, so they really try to bring that out in the movie. That's a good way to just little subtle things.
Mm-hmm.
When the trailer was released on the internet on April 7th of 2001, it's downloaded 1.6 million times in the first 24 hours. Now you got to remember 2001, it was primarily dial-up still.
I know, that's why I'm like 2001, that's a lot.
That's a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
They sent Boromir over the river.
There he
goes. They did do in the book. Christopher Lee broke his hand after he slammed it in his hotel door. The injury was obviously seen as Saruman jeers at the Fellowship's plight and Cadras. Oh, okay. I never would have caught that. Broke his hand.
I feel like there's a lot of injuries during the making of this movie, even though this movie was only shot in like 15 months.
The movie stayed in the U.S. top 10 grossing movies for 13 weeks. So 13 weeks at number one. I think maybe Titanic is probably the only other one to stay that high for that long. So in the movie, when he makes tea for Gandalf, Bilbo mentions cold chicken and pickles, a line from The Hobbit, has Gandalf telling Bilbo to bring out the cold chicken and pickles. Okay, yeah. That's from the Hobbit movie, or the Hobbit book.
See, when I watched this movie as a kid, I always didn't like that the Fellowship separated. I wanted all of them to go there together. I was like, it would be so much, it'd be so much better if they were there together.
Yeah, there is that sense. You're like, gonna break them up.
I'm just interested to see like how the characters would interact during all of this together.
Oh yeah. Huh. I think there's a book written from somebody in Hungary wrote a book from Sauron's perspective of the Lord of the Rings. Obviously it's not by Tolkien. Let's see if I can find it. I haven't read it yet. I kind of want to.
There goes the amazing soundtrack.
Yep. There we have it.
The Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah. I don't think the next one came out for quite a while.
I think it came out the next year because I think it was
the next year?
2001, 2002, and 2003.
I think you're right.
All right.
I got 5. This one? Okay, go ahead.
I got 5 more facts.
Yes, let's do it.
We can end
Lightning round.
Lightning round. Or I guess 6. When Frodo awakes in Rivendell, what is the date?
What date did he leave Rivendell?
Like month. No, that he awake in Rivendell.
They left in the fall. So it's October. I can only narrow it down to the month. I don't think.
It is October.
Okay.
October 24th.
Okay. All right.
What did Sam use as an excuse to not dance with Rosie in the beginning of the movie?
Oh. She was busy?
I don't think that's Sam gave an excuse.
Sam gave an excuse. That she didn't like him? I don't know. I'm just guessing on this one.
So Sam gave an excuse of getting more ale instead of talking to Rosie.
Oh, okay. Dang it.
All right. How long was the ring lost?
How long was the ring lost?
Mm-hmm. Galadriel
Well,
says it in the prologue.
2,500 years.
Yeah, 2,500 years.
Yes. Yes, because it was lost. Well, Isildur lost it at the beginning of the Third Age, and Golem found it 500 years before Lord of the Rings, approximately. So it'd be 2,500 years.
All right. What did Gandalf call Pippin when he did something stupid?
Fool of a took.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And last, most important question: what did Sam use in Moria to fight off the orcs?
Frying pans.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes. Like these are actually working.
Yeah.
I
Have a
think
little
is what
Tangled moment
from the movie. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, it makes you wonder if the person from Tangled got that idea
Probably.
from the Lord of the Rings. Well, I don't
Mhm.
remember in the books if it. I don't know if in the
Has a
books it
frying pan?
actually did that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine
I
Tolkien just putting that in.
maybe he did, but I don't think so. I don't think there was.
Mm-mm.
Huh. Yeah, I don't think there was a novel called The Last. Yeah. Okay, it's called The Last Ring Bearer. Was written from Sauron's point of view by basically a fan. So anyway, I don't think that really counts. It's probably fan fiction.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we survived. That was only what,
I know.
how many hours is that? Let me look.
3.5 hours.
3 hours and about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Approximately. There's a lot of credits on this. Now I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
It goes on for a long time.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people
think-
involved in this movie.
Yeah, and I think people donated back in the time, back when it was coming out,
Yeah.
and donated money, and then they of course put their names in the credits so they could get that.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're a super fan, you want to be
Wanna
in the
donate.
movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I mean, I would. I'd be like,
Exactly.
look, my name's in the credits.
My name's on there.
My name's on there.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
All
Hopefully
right.
you enjoyed the alternative commentary to Fellowship of the Ring. So I assume we're going to eventually do all of them.
That's what I hope. I hope you learned at least one thing about this movie, because there's a lot of facts being spit out during this.
Oh man, we're spitting out truths everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If nothing else, hopefully you just enjoyed the movie itself anyway. It gives you an excuse to go fire it up and watch it, or read the book, or listen to the audiobook, whatever. Go buy obscure books that tell you obscure facts about the history. read the Silmarillion. And there's like 12 books that his son Christopher put together, but honestly, a lot of it's just his recollection of what his dad was writing, and he just kind of, what he did is basically, so when he died, Christopher Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien's son, took all of his notes and just went through all the notes and found and figured out when he wrote, hey, this is when he first came up with the idea of Saruman. Oh wait, here's a revision to Saruman. Here's a okay, here's when he actually named the Balrog this, and here's when he changed it. And it's really not that interesting, but there's some tidbits that he does go through, like the story of Gondolin, where Gandalf got his sword from. It kind of goes into history of that city. The Silmarillion tells the backstory of the creation of Middle Earth and, Sauron's master Morgoth. And so you have to kind of pick and choose.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I'd recommend it, but I probably wouldn't bother with it until you've read Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Get some background first.
Yes, and then tackle it maybe in bits. It took a long time for me to read the Silmarillion. I had to go real slow. I'm a slow reader anyway, but
is it like the Bible where you have to read it a certain way?
I would recommend you have the Tolkien Gateway or this Tolkien Companion by J.E.A. Tyler nearby. And as you're reading the Silmarillion, if you come, because it's got a lot of names and it's got a lot of places, you're going to
Mhm.
want to look it up and figure out, what is this? Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
what that is.
Yeah.
So if nothing else, like
Interesting.
I told you earlier, just read the or listen to the Acalabeth in the back of back of the Silmarillion. That gives you the
Mhm.
background on what the Amazon series is going to be about. It's only 80 pages. You can knock it
Mhm.
out pretty quickly, and it's
Mhm.
actually a pretty fun story. The other ones, it can be kind of a bit of a slog.
Yeah. Yeah. A
As
wealth
you
of
know.
information.
Yes,
Like you're reading
it
a
is.
textbook.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Well, hey, let's wrap this up. Thanks, Ruth. Thanks for anybody listening to this later. I'll put a
Mhm.
link in the show notes to all the different stuff we discussed. Hopefully there's going to be a lot of it. But pay attention for the next one. We'll do the Two Towers eventually.
Yes.
So,
Woo!
all right. We'll see you later. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.